this island, Harvest, continue to mind reach out to Ongjok and make sure he shows up, and they handled it easily. They were like, "Oh, young Remoraz, more like Deadaraz, all done."
Really?
Oh yeah, it was pretty brutal. At least on my part, I was like, "Oh, no, I can't do anything. You guys got it."
Yeah, it was pretty much hits by everyone, and everyone ended up getting like a 10 in some way. Everyone rolled a 25 to hit, and then they rolled 10 damage, and then sometimes it was like 10 damage plus sneak attack, or 10 damage plus this or
Right.
something. But 10
Wow.
was always like the main, and then add
Yeah.
from there.
There was one moment where I realized the creature was immune to fire damage, and I was like, "Well, I guess I can take the fire damage off." And then I think the next round, Kevin's character was like, "Well, here's 40 damage, so deal with that." And I was like, "Wow, this is
No,
not
no,
going well."
because the one who got a crit was actually was Harvest.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, you got to harvest with your bow.
I get a harvest with my bow.
Yeah,
Right.
you got to. I think I called it the magic bullet arrow, where it pierced the creature, turned back around, pierced it again, and then went right through its
Oh,
lung.
cause it had you rolled 2d8 on a crit, and you got 2d8.
Yeah, two eights.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was gross. I mean, it was awesome, but it was gross.
It's funny because you don't have anything for like you only attack once, and you didn't have
Hmm.
anything that you can add, unfortunately. Like because your dex is just a flat,
Yeah.
but still
So,
crushing it with the
so,
arrows.
so Dolan, last week I looked at your character sheet, and you have a staff of ultimate power or something on your character sheet. Is
The
where did
woodland
that?
staff.
Yeah, where did that thing come from?
That came from the druid who mentored me. I've had it since I started playing. Just never
Oh, that's
used it.
that's the item you chose. That's right. Okay. Because I looked and I was like, I've never seen this thing come into effect. I
Yeah.
don't think I gave this out.
Mm-mm.
Cool.
Mm-mm. I haven't needed it yet, but it's there. Yep. She gave it to me before I left.
Cool. You mean the woman who, after your near-death experience, may have in fact lied to you? Blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
Exactly.
Cool. Well, so I see that we have one, two, three, four of the five characters here tonight, and I know Chris said he may not be able to make it. So I think what I'd like to do is just do a quick recap, and then we can talk about level eight and if whatever people want to say. And then we'll kind of go from there and see what happens. So last week we had a chance to finally meet up again because we were kind of all over the place, and or you guys I should say, managed to escape from Oral's Island. You boarded up on the back of Angjak. Angjak dived down back under like the cold embrace of the waters and began swimming away. One of the questions that was asked last week, as we were kind of like figuring out what to do next, was where would Angjak bring you guys? Would he bring you back to the Bell, like bridge or arch where originally you met him? Would you go somewhere else? That really wasn't established. If it was, I don't recall, so I need some help with that. But
It was.
as he's okay, well, fair enough. So I need some help. So thanks for rubbing it in. Ow. But the other thing to take into consideration is that as you plunged into the icy depths and away from the hungry talons of Oral's Rock, everybody leveled up. So, does anybody want to talk about their level up and go through? The other thing I will say is this: you guys have probably already done it, but I like to put this out there as an option. If you haven't already taken your hit points for leveling up, I am happy to roll with you if you want to roll for those dice. And whoever gets the higher between the two of us, you can take that as your dice, as your new hit point addition level. If you don't want to do that and you want to take the average, which is what D&D Beyond usually gives for you when you level up, that's fine too. But I think it's a fun thing, and if anybody wants it, I'm happy to offer it. But that being said, who wants to talk about level 8?
Sentinel.
I'm leveling now as we speak.
I have the plate of Codswallop's memory, which I had, because of, well, we know it wasn't just Codswallop going down that got me this. But because of that, I can use 2 reactions on my turn once per day, like on the same turn. So to, try and get that a little bit more useful, I grabbed Sentinel in hopes to be able to attack more often with reactions.
I said it earlier when he told me. I still don't like this
protection.
at all. I think it's gross, but I think it's also awesome. And then level 8 did. So you took the feat. Anything else cool that came out of? You are a paladin. So did anything else cool come out of a level 8 paladin?
I don't know that there was really much. I think it's just the plus stats or feat level.
No, like no new spell
unless
levels
like
or anything?
there may have been. I'm a paladin.
I have level 8 spells now.
Who
Whatever.
cares? I'm just gonna click on it once I hit something and go, oh, I'm gonna smite with 3d8 instead of 2. Back to not worrying about it. I'm an
Guys,
Oath of Conquest paladin. I'm gonna crush it with spells.
Guys, I
smites.
could remove the curse. Instead, I'm going to do more damage. Deal with it.
Well,
All right, cool.
I'd have to pick up remove curse. And, who has time to study? The nerds. And I'm protecting them.
That's a
Sorry,
good
guys.
question. No, it's fine.
Lauren got back from camp, and her vacation Bible school has a sister church down in Alabama. So she's become really close friends with a few of the volunteers that has come up here, and of course she's now destroyed that she's not going to see them again.
Okay. Listen, like if you gotta, like if a timeout needs to happen, man. No worries. No worries at all.
And Dolan's already fallen asleep anyways, so.
All right,
Not
now
yet.
you're just trying to make
you're being
excuses
mean.
now.
Yeah, right?
Just handle your own shit. Stop worrying about everyone else's.
I'm going to blame her.
Thank you. Thank you.
Come back when you can. It's fine, man. Don't worry.
No,
about it.
it's okay. She's about to head to bed, but I may need to step away after in a little bit if she
Well,
does.
yeah.
No, dude. No worries. So, but I do have a
Just
question.
Throw
because
it
I've
in
never-
chat. Just be right back.
Oh, hell no. I'm just going to leave without telling anybody.
Fine. Good.
Do paladins in 5th edition pick their spells at like the start of the day, or do they just have certain spells that they know? I've never played a 5e paladin, so that's why I'm asking.
Who cares? I don't use them.
No, they just,
I don't even know. I don't do it. I don't care.
They might. I think they're like bards, where you just get them and you have them, the ones that you have. But
you pick the ones that you memorize about
Okay.
it.
yeah,
You can't. You can only change out like every time you level. Technically, with the
right.
wizard,
You can. Yeah.
switch out anything in your spell book for anything.
Right.
Each long rest, but with paladins, you're kind of given what God gives you.
Okay.
Yep.
So I would say just Kevin, just in case, ever the situation occurs where you need one of those spells, just make sure you're aware of what you have access to.
Oh yeah.
Just so
of
you know,
course.
like-
I throw stuff in there. So I did get access to one more spell to be prepared. I don't know what level. Probably 1. Who knows?
9th level.
But-
I mean, whatever. It is.
It's like, wait, so I've got 1st, 2nd, and 9th level.
Perfect.
But
makes
other
perfect
than
sense.
that, mostly Sentinel.
Okay. which again, I said it, but I'll say it again. Gross. I respect it, but I also go, However, so because you only have a sword that only gives you your 5-foot reach, or does it give you an expansive reach as well? It's
Just
just the
5.
5 foot.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I couldn't because Chris as
Yeah.
Hrothgar had the halberd. It was like
Right.
everything was
Well,
within reach
and
for him. So, yeah.
and he had the extra thing that like when you walk into it, he attacks. He's like, oh
yeah.
my god.
Yeah, no, he took all the things. I know. So okay, cool. I mean, not cool, but cool. Who else wants to go? Who wants to go next?
I guess I'll go. I mean, I already talked to you, but I'll let the others know. Novakri took a feat, the magic initiative cleric. So I get two two cantrips and one level 1
Right.
spell. So I took guidance, which is
Great spell.
nice. I also took Hell's Bells.
Right.
Can you grant yourself guidance, or can you only give it to
Mhm.
someone else?
You can
You can
grant
give it to
yourself
yourself?
guidance.
You can't, or you can.
You
So
can.
you could.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
okay,
can.
cool. So you could like set yourself up one turn to get ready to do it again, the next to like be super ready next turn.
No,
Well,
you can guide yourself on the same turn.
Oh, because it's a bonus spell.
No, it's a cantrip.
But it's
So
an
it's
action.
an action. But if you're outside of stuff, you can always be guiding yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Touch yourself and
Right.
feel the glory.
I think that's a different song. You'll have to get ready to play. That's
Yeah.
not metal.
Valkyrie's guiding herself again.
Well,
Get
What's
a
Novakri
room.
doing?
Once-
Don't go in the room. Don't
once
go
he
in the
takes a
room.
dip into cleric, all of a sudden he's guiding himself all the time. It's just
All
like,
the
all
time.
right. You'd think as a
And-
bard he already would have been doing that, but no. Just the touch
No,
of cleric.
It's not a. Unfortunately, it's not a bard spell.
Right. Which
And the first level, once per day, once per long rest, is Shield of Faith.
That's a
So
good spell too.
I can give Ziada a loving touch too.
Does Shield of
Share
Faith
the
grant
love.
a +1 or a +2?
plus
Plus
2
+2.
for
So yeah,
10 minutes.
Would that bump you up to 22 currently?
No. That would bump me past 22 because I am 22, so 24.
Oh my god.
Yo,
Gross.
and if I do like protection from good and evil and it's effective, that'd be you're just gonna be invincible.
Oh my
Just-
god.
Just
Oh,
touch,
gross.
Important,
push in,
important.
close door.
Spell.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, I wasn't sent in here because you guys were gonna hurt me.
It's the other way around, yeah. Oh
yeah,
god
we've
damn
been
it.
in quite a few save or suck fests, so I figured guidance would at least be needed to help us out a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed with the way that you guys kind of synergize with stuff that you've done so far, whether it's Novakri and Ziada and your sort of fear effects, or like making them run away or be afraid or whatever, and it's the way that they stack with each other. As the DM, when I'm like, oh, I'm gonna murder them, and then it's just this thing in the corner going, oh, I don't want to look at them. It's impressive. It is impressive. All right, so
It's
if
like
that
it's like we actually work as a team.
listen, I didn't want to say it.
Always
but-
by accident.
we did it, but not because we planned it. All right, so that leaves for tonight Harvest and Loki. Who wants to go next and talk about level 8?
Okay, I'll go. I just became an expert in perceiving things and sleight of hand,
Oh, nice.
and because I am
What
an
does
arcane
that bring you
trickster,
to?
plus 10 for sleight of hand and plus 7 for perception.
Wow.
And
All the shiny things will not get by him.
Yeah, what is your passive perception? Like 20?
17 in that case, right?
17, yeah. 17.
Wow.
Yep. And because I am an arcane trickster, I am 1/3 of a spellcaster, and I just hit level 6 with Rouge here, and
So at level
that
2.
means, yeah, I am I am a second level spellcaster with that with that, but I'm also a second level spellcaster with my wizard. So together, I'm now a 4th level spellcaster.
Wow.
Nice.
Does
I
that grant
didn't-
you access or to higher level spells or just
I
only
did
second level?
not get a spell, but I got 1 more second level spell slot. So I have
Ooh.
4 level 1s, 3 level 2s.
Cool.
So,
All right.
and then in just 3 more levels, I'll get access to
Oh.
level 3.
All right, so that
Well,
means.
If I do just Arcane Trickster from
All
here
right,
on.
yeah,
I mean-
I'm gonna have to ask what does everyone else have for spell slots, because I also have 4 and 3.
What do you mean 4 and 3? What level?
4 first level and 3 second level.
Oh god.
Yeah, I've got 4 and 3.
I have 3. Sorry, I have 4 first level, 3 second level, 3 third level, and 2 fourth level.
Yeah, she's totally
Holy shit.
focused as a spellcaster. So like her spell versatility is crazy.
Yeah, I was not aware that was gonna be. When I hear just everyone just like, yep, 4-3, 4-3. That's it.
Yeah, it's pretty much standard once you get past 4th levels.
Yeah, I do. I will say this for TJ's sake. The campaign does take characters to 11th level, so you will have the opportunity, if you focus on what you've said, to get those third level spell slots.
And then we'll be done.
And then we'll be done. We'll see where it goes, but yeah. So there's that. So all right. So Harvest. Speaking of spell slots and goddamn 4th level spells, wow.
Yeah,
What do you want?
so it looks
What do
like
you want
that's
to
the
talk
only
about?
thing that's changed is I decided because I was doing it right now. This is the first time I just found out earlier when you told me that we leveled up. Um, so I just went with the ability modifier increase, and I didn't pick a feat. So now my wisdom is maxed out. I'm at a
Cool.
20 for my wisdom. So it makes all my wisdom based stuff that I'm proficient in, I get a +8, which is several of them, and my passive perception has become 18.
Nice.
My wisdom
Another
saving
person
throws
where
is
sees
+8.
everything.
And then I have an additional 4th level spell slot.
Wow. So how many
Oh,
4th
and my
level
spell
spells can you
attack
have?
modifier went up. So I'm a +10 for my spell attack. And my save DC went up to 16.
Gross. Gross. So how many 4th level spells do you know?
Good question. Hold on, let me click on that.
I
And
think
find out.
so. I think in 5e you can trade out as you level up. So if you wanted to get rid of a 1st level spell to know an additional 4th level spell, you can do that. I think on level ups you can switch around with the druid class.
Well, with druids, um,
Oh,
I
that's
might
right.
be
Druids you just prep at the beginning of the day, right?
exactly. I have access to all druid spells.
Yeah, gross.
When
I don't
I
like
do
that
my
at all.
meditation.
I don't like it at all.
And here we go. Known spells. Right. So it would just be 2 spell slots because ultimately I know all of them.
All 4th level spells, and you can just choose at the beginning of the day which ones you're
Which
gonna
2 I want. Correct.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't want to get nitpicky with this, and I won't ask for spell lists. Like I played with people who were like, start of the day, let me know your spell list. Just be honest about that. If you have that as as something that's available to you, start of the day, roll with what you have. Generally, what I end up doing for classes like this is I create like a go-to spell list that unless I know when we go to like the character goes to sleep the night before or rests, we're gonna need like breathe underwater or like protection good versus evil or whatever. Just know that I won't ask about it, but just be honest about that. Don't like suddenly be like, oh wait, I do have access to this spell, because that's kind of tricking the game a little bit.
Suddenly we're underwater.
Yeah.
And
Oh
I
my God,
hate
we're
it.
underwater, but I took this spell because I have access to it. I mean, don't ask me about it, but sure, whatever. All right.
I do have a question. Did we do a long rest or no?
Yes. So you were able to do a long rest. I actually think that everybody in the party uh,
Winchester.
was basically jonesing for that, especially since all of you had realized that on the island of Solitude, where Grimscale was, there was that status effect that like if you took a rest, all you got was your con modifier. You get nothing else, which meant you couldn't rest while you were there unless all you wanted was a minimum. So yeah, I think everybody was basically like please and thank you. So yes.
Yeah, some bullshit.
I mean, yeah, you know what? I think that if I was a player character, and the DM was like, "These are the rules," I'd be like, "That's some bullshit too." But as the DM in this game, I will say this: Yep, that's what happens when you go to where a god lives. Things get fucked. So, some stuff and things. Kevin, you had said that you guys had determined where you were going to go, and was it back? This is to everybody, really. Back to Angjak's Bell, or were you going somewhere else?
Yeah, we were gonna be covering him in mayonnaise and flying across the land.
Well, if I remember
If
correctly,
you,
you guys were trying to determine if you could cast a fly spell that could be sustained long enough, and basically you were going to coat him in mayonnaise, fly for about an hour, and then he was going to crash
well,
land and
that
die
that
in the
was the
snow
problem
somewhere.
is that it didn't actually last for an hour. It only lasts for 10 minutes. I
10
believe it was
minutes. That's
Chris's
right.
spell,
Yes. Yeah,
but
that's right.
but yeah, TJ was hoping it would be an hour. Kind of keep it going, sort of thing. But
Well, he is
Yeah.
one half a sorcerer.
right,
Yeah. So now we're just gonna have to cover him mayo, but then he's gonna be underwater. So how
right.
long
We're
will
just
that
we're
last?
just we're just making him into a sandwich at this point.
Wait, actually, no. Do me a favor. If
Mayo's
anyone,
mostly
if you guys,
oil, so
if you
it'll
guys are
last pretty
gonna
well.
cover it, wait. If you're gonna cover them in mayonnaise, somebody roll a D100 and let's see what happens. Anyone can do
I
it.
mean,
That's
who's
got
who's who's gonna be doing it? Who's
well.
gonna
Who's
be
got the
doing the
jar?
mayonnaising? Well,
Who's
that
got the
doesn't
jar?
that doesn't mean I'm gonna be doing it. I'm just providing it.
I just
You
listen.
crazy?
I'm saying there could be a positive or a negative effect. Like maybe you're like Agjak. The next time you're gonna breach and go up for air, stop for a minute because I got something. And if people want to give them a mayonnaise bath, you can. But just tell me who's doing it and roll.
Hey,
Well,
Anja, 2 words: sushi bar.
Well, that's what we're doing.
I really like
We're just
krill.
preparing him
I
for
mean,
the
like,
bar.
you really like krill.
Guys, I know he saved our life by getting us in and out of there, but hear me out. Sushi bar. That's awesome.
I mean, I think we're gonna need
You
him for at
know where
least
we
one
can find
more,
a lot
but
of nori. So here, let's do this. So you guys, I'm gonna say that you guys,
I think yeah, we would want to go back to like the bell though, in
okay,
answer to
all
the
right.
question. Unless anyone
So-
has any other thoughts, but I think that's kind of just we head there, we head back, we group up, kind of get healed up as best we can, maybe from others. But the idea was to at that point go to I think the northeast. That was Valen's whole plan, so maybe get back. I don't know if we go to Lonelywood and get back to Bryn Shander, head from there, but
So yeah. So let's do this. Let's pick it up.
check in
and we'll
on
do-
what's his name? I forget his name. Zahir, right? Zahir when we're there.
Zahir's there and there and there. Yeah, Zahir is at the inn, helping run the inn in Lonelywood. Yes. So, couple things. First thing is this: you guys are on Angjak. You have a chance to take a long rest. Should get everybody back up to full. So, any abilities, any whatever. I don't think anybody has any lasting effects that aren't permanent because of stuff and things that we need to deal with. And as that's happening, the Lin will say, we've got we've got another 2 days before we get back to the bell. Should we regroup in 10 towns or press on? I mean, do we press whatever advantage we have and try to get to the glacier? She knows what we've done. She knows what we have. I don't know what the right move is, but I do know that it's stupid to walk into anything unprepared. So, what do you guys think?
Well, I mean, I can't imagine there's going to be a way that's going to be faster for us than kind of taking the paths through towns. If we can fly through them as fast as possible, using whatever horses, spectral horses, any whatever, great. But I think we're still going to be going through towns, and we're still going to need to rest because we are going to need to be prepared for anything that's coming up.
She goes, I have that spell that we used that one time. I do have polymorph if we want to try to do a plane shift again. But there are dangers associated with you, as we all know.
Yes, as not great as the situation is, and the timing associated with it. It's something where I think we just have to rush there as fast as possible. Unfortunately, we can't go faster than however fast we need to on Onjox right now.
Yeah. So she nods, like if that's what the response is, and she goes, "You're right. We got to get back to the bell and then figure out what's going on." But I don't remember what we did with our rides at the bell. I think we let them in the stone hut, right?
Stone hut?
So
We had left them before that, I believe. There was a camp of some sort, and that's where we had taken out some. I don't even remember what we were fighting, but they had these cloaks that some people are wearing.
That was at Angjak's Bell. And so I just pulled it up on the map. There's a bunch of dead things on the map.
I think we had gone to their camp and had left the stuff before that, though.
I think you guys saw traces of them on the way to the bell. If I remember correctly, several
Right.
of you made really good perception checks, but you didn't find a camp. What you did find, though, was this stone hut that's down here. That was shielded from the weather. There was a bedroll in there. There was some food stores and stuff. And if I remember correctly, I think that's where you guys tried to tie up the axe beaks. But if I'm wrong, I'm happy to say I'm wrong. But that's what I remembered from my notes. But I could be wrong.
Sounds right.
All right. So you guys are still making your way back there, but something to consider is you've left five axe beaks tied up in a house with maybe some food for, I'm going to say 6 days, because it was a 3-day journey to the island and 3 days back. I'll just say 6 days.
There are 6 of us with Valen.
No, I know, but Valen was riding on the undead.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, she was riding on the undead sled pulled by undead animals. That she snapped her fingers and basically dismissed. So there's just a pile of bones kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean,
So, again, something to think about. But I'm going to bring everybody back to that overview map because I think we should probably talk about what your plan is. for travel. So, excuse me, if everybody makes it back to Anjak's Bell, which is right here, and let's say the axe speaks and everything, we're good to go. I mean, who knows, right? Like, I mean, I'm the DM, sure, I know, but and maybe I made some rolls to find out about that. But it is approximately 60 plus miles over open tundra to get to the Ragged Glacier from Anjak's Bell. That's going to take you, since it took you a day and a half, almost 2 days to get to Anjak's Bell from Bremen, 6+ days. Maybe shorter, maybe longer. Depends upon what happens, depends upon weather, depends upon several things. But it is a straight shot from Anjak's Bell to where you need to go, hypothetically, from what Valen has told you, where the Ragged Glacier begins out here in the sort of the eastern promenade or eastern front where the glacial wall begins. The other option is, if you don't want to immediately embark on that, because who wants to go into something unprepared, is that you could spend the day and a half traveling back to Bremen, to Lonelywood, wherever. If you don't have access to creatures, potentially reacquire them, stop by Bryn Shander, pick up what you may want to get. I don't know what keeps doing arrows, but yeah, no, because I'm not on thing. Like, stop by Bryn Shander, pick up some stuff and things that maybe you want to make sure that you have, and then go. But the thing to consider is that, like, Oral, the goddess of, frost, ice, and death, knows you've taken something from her, and that she may descend upon you and 10 towns at any given point. So, these are things to consider.
She knows that we've taken what we've taken. Is she able to track us and know exactly our location at any given time?
That's a good question. So, I think I would like everybody in the party who wants to give me a wisdom saving throw. You know what? Nobody else. I was just when a 25 rolls up, you guys, nobody else has to do it. So Harvest, she doesn't have a way to immediately deign where you are, right? Like, I guess she could try to do a divination spell to figure that out, but she doesn't have something from you guys that would say that. Even if she went down and picked up Fizzgig's body, Fizzgig didn't have a thing that was connected to all of you. So at best it would be like rumors or murky. But where Oral has effectively spread her domain over all of the north and the spine of the mountain, or spine of the world, I should say, she has eyes and ears everywhere. For those who played the Ravenloft game, there's bats, there's people, there's creatures that are devoted to her that she can just tap into and see through the eyes of a crow or an owl or a cold light walker or a sephic Caltro. I mean, clearly you've killed him already, but someone of that ilk. So if you go back into 10 towns and there are people and spies that she has there, she could easily tap into them and see where you are.
Gotcha.
Now that being said, you guys also realize with the 25, I have to say this as well. You also realize that as you are attempting to break out of her castle, and one of her champions, that like abominable Yeti showed up. She showed up and cast a spell, but she herself couldn't interpose because of the sort of the weariness that her spell casting of keeping Icewind Dale locked in this like frozen winter costs her every day. So her ability to just suddenly appear and do something may also be stymied. So, like, if she were to say, I'm going to show up and go full god mode on you, if she did that, she would lose her control over the snow and ice that is Icewind Dale, which, for whatever reason she's doing this, would potentially thwart the plan she had set up so far, if that makes sense. So with the 25, I think you see both sides of that coin.
Okay. That I see her pros and cons
Mm-hmm.
to being able to do this.
Yes.
I relay that information.
I mean, like a god's a god, right? But clearly she has something she's trying to do, and I mean, in her vision, you assholes are bugs that are annoying. So, like, does she deign to come and, like, swat said bugs, or does she send things to go deal with you, as she has attempted to do thus far?
Yeah. And the thing that we stole from her, the book, or no, we didn't even steal the book. We just took the information from the
Yes,
book.
you guys stole the verse that was in the Codicil of White that I think I put in your journal. So if you go into your journal, you will be able to see this. And Velin has told you, or if you need reaffirmation or reconstitution about this, she has told you that that is effectively a spell that must be sung by a group in order to crack open to get at what is hidden beneath. And what you guys have been told is that underneath the Ragged Glacier is this, like, forgotten city, forgotten temple, forgotten something of Nethril or Nethreith's origin that potentially has a Mythlar, and a Mythlar can control is this item of supreme magic that can alter the weather of wherever it is. And it seemed to Velin to be the best way to combat a deity attempting to change the weather patterns of an area, and aka bring Icewind Dale in the north back into regularity. So
I have no idea where this journal is that you speak of.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I don't think it's
I thought I had posted it in the journal.
I don't even know where the journal is.
Yeah,
So,
I was trying to find it, and it doesn't seem
the
like
thing
it's
that-
visible.
Oh man. Nope, that's not it. I will have, if it's not there, I apologize, guys. I will go back and do it. But
Okay. I mean, it might be there. I just don't know where to locate the journal.
I'm sorry. So if you go on the right-hand side of Roll20, there is a thing that looks like a newspaper. Like, there's like the chat or like talk icon. There's something that looks like an image insert, and there's a thing that looks like a newspaper. So if you click on that, you'll see.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
So Quest and Rumors was something we started right at the beginning. 10 Towns Distance was, like, in order to figure out how long it took to get between things. Ziada's journal was Ziada making notes about how much he hated this game, and Loki's journal was. I joke. I'm sorry. I appreciate that people were updating journals, but I thought that I.
The last thing on there is handout Grell.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, there's some player handouts for the arts for the towns and some of the other things and monsters.
Well,
Some
that's cool to know.
magic items, some of the creatures, some Sunblight,
cool.
and Oral's Abode, and then the couple different notebooks and journals that we made up. But other than that, there's no secret white codex info.
So, Codicil of White that showed a play. Does this have all the things in it?
Sorry,
So-
guys. I'm back.
No worries. So this was what the Codicil of White looked like. So you guys can see that. And then the Frostmaiden, I think if I click on that. Yep, and then I will show you guys this as well. And so you guys should also see that there is like a I think it's 6 stanza poem in Ode to the Frostmaiden that is effectively the incantation that needs to be cast at the glacier.
Okay.
All right.
And okay, so this has to be done by a magic user. This has to be this has to be done by Belen.
No. This has to be done. This has to be done by a group of people in unison.
Oh,
But you did not have this spell before you went to the island of Solace and raided Grimscale.
right.
Oh.
Before we stole it.
Yeah.
didn't
So
have
this was the spell inside the beginning of the Codicil of White. The Codicil of White had several other treatises, had several other things, but once you guys got into the room that this was in, this was what Valin made like a rubbing of so that she could take and have so that you guys could effectively use it to break open the glacier.
So does Oral know that? I mean, because we literally didn't take anything, but from the codicil, with the exception of this knowledge, like we didn't like rip a page out, so we don't have anything physically from her. Does she? I mean, how would she be aware?
Well, if you guys remember that once you claimed this, her face appeared in the ceiling of the chamber that you were in, and she said that she was disgraced by your presence, but because you had made it thus far, she would give you the opportunity she gave her like acolytes, and that was when she opened the door that Harvest and Fizzgig said, let's run in there. And had you rolled high enough, you would have been granted a further boon. But you both died, and then Harvest, you luckily had a secret that sort of popped into life at that point.
Right.
So, I don't remember that being her face. I thought that was like something else that was like a guardian or something above that thing, because I remember her face appearing in the fight, but I didn't remember that one being her face. I might be wrong.
So I didn't actually bring her face into that room to show it. I think I described it. I think I may have described it as like a frost-covered female's face when you guys were in that room. But that was her as well. And you guys are starting to, or you may have collected at this point that her image can change depending. You'll remember that when you were walking into Grimscale, there was a figure somebody or several of you noticed in, the garden of ice sculptures that looked like a frozen, like a frozen female, and then disappeared. And that was another representation of her. She doesn't have just one presence. She has the potential of many, as many deities do, right? Like the god of nature can show up and look like a thrush of reeds, but could also look like a fertile female kind of thing. So
They all have angs.
They all have multi-angs. They have a multi-ang tool. That's what they have. But I need to run and take a quick bathroom break, and I will be right back.
So I think if we have to perform this all together, we should be practicing as soon as we can. Get this stuff
I mean,
down.
like, are
We've
we gonna
got
like
3
add?
days.
Are we gonna like add like choreography to it? Like, what are you
I,
talking
I
about?
don't I don't think so. I think we just have to make sure that no one's mumbling through. It's like her fury says, you know.
Well, we only really had to worry about that when Rothgar was part of the crew. Now that Rothgar's not there, then non-issue.
Well, now
Um,
the new character. I mean, he's supposed to be an angry guy. So
Honestly, I think one of the things on that, I think one of the things that we should do is we should make multiple copies of this, and everybody has a copy,
yeah, I think we
so that we
just
don't have just one.
yeah, because we're all gonna need it. It'll be like a
Exactly.
caroling.
We want to do it in unison. A one, a two, a one, two, three. We're gonna need our own copies.
Yep.
Um, and we could definitely work on some choreography as we go out to the
Although
glacier.
now seeing it, it's just like, all right. So what are we doing? Because I don't like this first line. We bow to she who wears the
Yeah,
crown. It's like
exactly. The whole
what
thing. Whole thing.
is this chick on oral side or what's happening here?
Yeah, like I don't
Is
I
this
don't like
just
any.
a elaborate ploy to lose her arm?
Well,
Would a remix work?
are we?
I
And,
I
who's the
mean,
she that
no
we're
Valkyrie,
bowing?
get on it. It's too bad we don't have 2 bards now, but you know.
Are you guys doubting the authenticity of Villain right now?
How do we
No,
remix
I'm-
but keep
we've
it
Well,
always.
authentic?
we're worried that like now immediately seeing we bow to she who wears the crown is just like, what are you getting us into now? Because that's kind of the opposite of what we're doing. If we're just coming in here sacrificing ourselves.
So wait. So that's a fair question, and Velen will say that the spell is not a spell of obeisance. It's a spell that only those who obey can break what Oral has created, right? So like if you were to go up to the Ragged Glacier and cast a fire spell, it wouldn't work. If you were to go up and cast like a shock wave or a thunder wave or something like that, or a shatter, it would cause damage, but it wouldn't open it up. But this spell that basically is like her words, that maybe it was her that created this glacier, you can crack open what she had done.
Well, I'm wondering if are we supposed to be using the new definition of her or the old definition of her?
If you want to insert they, oral's woke as fuck, so you can do that.
So one thing we were talking about is that we're all gonna need copies. So however we do that, but we're also going to need to I think practice so that we can get it right, so that we're all in unison. Unless it's something where it's like you don't need that big of a deal for it to be like, yeah, you just kind of all say it. It's not like a big thing.
You know what? I'm gonna do something right now because I think that it makes sense. So let's do this, and then this, and then this. All right. So with a 19, because Villain has a plus 15 to Arcana, she will tell you she has never done this before. But
Good.
she thinks that if everybody reads together, and she kind of like looks at kind of several of you, maybe not the new guy, and just says, I think those who had passed the tests are those who have the authority to call upon the powers of the spell. But where there are so many of us still, I think it is imperative that we all put our voices to this. And if Jux can aid or add, then he will as well. And I apologize if Jux is not a man, but I think Jux is a male. So
I think so.
Okay.
I believe
All
so.
I think so.
I think so too, but we'll find out. So
I think it was
How-
on a spell sheet.
how
Well,
dare
we
you?
also
How
have
dare
Loki, who was keeping watch and keeping the walrus distracted.
That's true. That is true.
But yeah, we were figuring putting as much into it as possible.
She, villain will say that she goes that she's like, I feel that if someone with enough innate will were to read this themselves, they could open the passage in the glacier. But I think that the more of us that have passed her trials and tests, or at a minimum, survived her fortress, read it, the better chances we have.
All of us are reading this. Got it. Yeah, I think it's paramount that we each have our own copy, just for security purposes, being that
I-
zip drives don't exist in here.
She 100% stabs you in the throat. No, I'm kidding. She 100% says like, yeah, that makes total sense, and will offer if anybody has like parchment or another way to like write down the wordings or whatever, please feel free to do so, so that so multiple copies of this can occur. However, what she will say is that once this deed is done, I don't think anyone should have access to magics like this, and we may want to destroy it.
Okay. Take that into consideration. Next thing.
Definitely.
Next item on the agenda.
Yeah. Who needs
Loki's like, I'll be keeping this for a hot minute.
who needs to go to town for anything?
I can get ink and parchment and stuff. I need that stuff anyway for spell books. So
Okay.
Also, don't forget that you guys have a lot of weight in, and I don't want to deal with encumbrance and anything like that, but like you guys have a lot of weight in gold and gear that you discovered on like semi-sunken treasure ships and in the mouths of giant clams and stuff like that. So you may want to sell some stuff or just get stuff or do whatever. The one question I will ask is this, did Fizzgig have anything on him when he was frozen that is now not like repossessable? And my big hope is that that wand of Cure Light Wounds was on him and now it's frozen and broken. But I think somebody else had that.
Yeah,
I think I
Fizzgig
have
didn't
that.
have shit. Because we had just met Fizzgig. We didn't even know him. We didn't give him shit.
And yet he still got to choose items
Speaking
from
of
the
which,
10.
what's going on with this Jux guy? He's being awfully quiet.
Just sits there.
To new people.
I heard what you did to Fizzgig. I'm all set.
Fucking Loki stabbed him in the back. That's what...
Right. Just he's just
Guys, I
always in a corner, just looking back and forth.
Guys,
It's like-
I don't like murder on my ship. Shut up, Anchak.
No one's been murdered here.
Is Loki
Yeah.
stabbing him in the throat. Yeah. So I wish I had an answer for you guys, but Chris has yet to send me items that he wants for that guy. He's yet to send me several things, so I don't know. You've got this Warlock Barbarian Goliath, which honestly sounds like a great addition to anybody's party, but I don't know.
But he hasn't been auditioned yet.
Right. It's like, we're not gonna leave you on the island. Don't get us. We're not psychos, but what's your deal?
Okay. All right. So then, parchment ink definitely from town. I think I would like some sort of, and this might not be able to. I can at least put an order in. It might not be something that is available. But I would like some sort of arrows that do some sort of fire damage.
Hmm, all right.
Um,
Well, so here's what
Tom
will
has
happen.
just the thing.
Well, nope. I don't know if you're gonna have access to those, but
Coward.
I've seen what they can do. Um, I still think they should do more, but whatever. Here's what you can
You know,
do
your
is
idea.
much. I know, I know. My ideas keep growing, but if you guys decide to go back to 10 towns, if you want minimal things, like paper, pen, ink, etc., you could grab that in Lonelywood and then take off towards the glacier. If you want to spend the time traveling back to Bryn Shander, there's percentile rolls that need to be rolled to see if you can get what you want to get. And depending upon the sort of rarity of it, it's either a flat out no or it's a possibility, but it's a percentile to see if you can get it.
Question. So magical fire damage arrows, is that something that I would be able to acquire in Lonelywood or no?
In Lonelywood, no.
Okay.
Where is the glacier? Because, like, would it make sense to head out from Lonelywood, or would it not make any difference? Like, would it make sense
So,
to get to,
yep, no,
like,
good
Caer
question.
Koenig or something?
So when you guys went
East Haven, head
to
up the frozen river there?
yeah, so when you guys went to Angjak's Bell, you basically went from Bremen to Angjak's Bell, which was about 13 miles, and it took about a day and a half to get there. The first town you could make it back to is Lonelywood, which is about 10 miles, which, shortchanges it by about five. And then you could travel along the roadway to go to Bremen, Targos, Brinchander. Um, if you were to do that, it's only going to take several hours to do that. But depending on when you get back, are you traveling at night, traveling during the day, you need to rest, etc. You have the inn at Lonelywood that you can go to. But then it's going to take several hours to get back, and then once you get to Bryn Shander, down here, right there, you got to figure out what you're going to do next because if you want to go shopping and try to find stuff, it's going to take time, maybe a day. And Velin will basically say, listen, if we need to suit up, arm up, do what we need to do, prep, do whatever, get rations, let's do it. But the longer we wait, the more likely it is that some aspect of Oral is going to try to thwart what our plans are. And then once you're in Bryn Shander, your options are you could try to cut right over Kelvin's Cairn, which is that big mountain, and get over here, which is about 55 miles away. Or you could go along the east way, hang right, go up to Cardinival, Carconig, and then, where is it? Yeah, Carconig. And then you could follow up this way. It's about 35, 36 miles, which is going to be about 3 days travel, give or take. Um, if you leave directly from Angjar's Bell and go there, where it's about 60 plus miles, it's going to be about 6 to 7 days, give or take, with the weather. But it will be multiple days beyond that if you go into 10 towns, and then that may have things happen. So it's up to you guys to decide what you want to do. And so as you guys are thinking about this, not to rush you, Angjak pulls up at, at the bell, and as he surfaces, the waves kind of splash up and hit the bell, and you hear like the classic nautical like ding ding as the brass bell rings. And he goes, "You guys have been really good. Also, when you smeared that mayonnaise on me, it attracted the krill, and it was great because I got to eat more krill. So if ever you want to come back and give me more mayonnaise baths, I'm totally down for it."
All right, well, no more for the day, but
All right, so you
thanks
guys
for
are
the
there.
trip.
You guys are there, and just for shits and gigs, I will direct you guys over to Ankh Spell. Boom. Boom. Biz gig, we hardly knew you. I'm just gonna grab you and get you. Nope, I'm on the wrong thing.
See how far I can bring you.
Over here.
Med kits, is that something I can get in Lonelywood?
Med kits you might be able to find in Lonelywood. Yes.
Okay.
I'd give you a percentile, but like a high percentile to find that.
Okay.
If you're gonna be like health potions, lower percentile. If you're like magic, armor, or weapons, even lower percentile, if at all. So
And that's the black beards
blades.
or
Yeah, the
black
blades.
They're
blades.
in Bryn. Are they in Bryn Shander?
They are Minchander, yes.
And are they the only like armor smiths or weaponsmiths in Bryn Shander? Or are there others?
They are not the only one, but they are the only one that's giving you a discount.
Yeah. They also give us shit that has a percentage of chance of breaking.
No, just don't roll once. That's all. I mean, Ziada's got some shit on her. She hasn't rolled a one yet.
And do they magically enchant their stuff? Is that an option or no?
They have the potential to do it, which is why Ziada currently has the Codswallop armor. But they need to have stuff that they can craft, and unless they've gotten it off of someone or found it through some other thing, they don't generally have things that they can craft of that caliber.
Okay.
All right. So as whoever wants to go back and investigate the stone hut over here. Also, these guys, I'm just gonna delete because they're not there. Delete. Whoever wants to go back there can investigate that.
I'll
Status.
investigate the stone hut. Oops. Whoopsie whoopsies.
Yeah, see. Or no, it's this way.
Whoop whoop whoop. All right, Harvest. As you come up to the door, and the door is just like a hide flap, like a hardy piece of tanned leather that is dropped down with fur on the outside. And as you unfurl it and look in, there is one Axebeak still inside, who looks a little malnutritioned, but is still hardy and hale. There is still a bedroll. I don't know what you can see right now, Dolan, but there's still a bedroll right here. But any foodstuffs and anything you may have left have been depleted long ago. There's some firewood, and that's it. But there is one Axebeak in there. Ziada and Harvest, as you come back out, if you would both like to give me a perception check or a survival check, whichever is higher for you, please do so and let me know what you roll.
So there's only one in there?
There is only one Axebeak in there.
Okay. And perception or survival?
You know what? Harvest just crushed it.
Yeah, good.
So it's a good roll too, Ziada. But unfortunately, you can't really see it as there's sort of like some winds and some snow kicking up. But Harvest, you see at about, I don't know, 150, 200 feet away, there's another Axebeak that's just kind of hanging out, pecking at the snow. That's relatively close by. That you could easily like run over and be like, "Hey, buddy, come over. Look, I got some grain. I got some stuff. Do you want some fish? Do you want some mayonnaise?" And it'll come right back. So,
Okay. Yeah.
so
I'm gonna
you
give
know.
this Axebeak while I'm there some mayonnaise covered fish.
Gross. Okay. I believe that's called tartar sauce, but okay. And I hate tartar sauce. Anyways, so yeah. So you guys just roll me a handle animal check with advantage.
Okay. Okay. Handle animal.
All right. So yeah, so the 15 was going to be good enough, but the 20, you're able to like easily coax the other axe beak back with some tartar fish, and so you guys have two axe beaks, and and alongside of this stone building is the remnants of Valin's undead bone sled.
What the hell is that?
You know what it is. You know what this is. So, um, so Valen will kind of pose the question and say again. She's like, so I guess if we've only got two of these things here, we've only got my sled. It's gonna be a dreary long trek back to Lonelywood, if or Bremen, wherever we want to go. But once we get there, do we have enough time to just continue meandering, or should we take off again? I mean, Oral's got to know we're up to something, and she's gonna try to intervene.
I'm okay with just stopping at Lonelywood to get the bare minimum supplies. It'd be nice to have some flaming arrows, but you know, we've gone this far without them. It's not a big deal for me. I don't know if there's something else that anybody else specifically needs or. Um, I definitely don't think we should be meandering anywhere. So if we can get a faster mode of travel in Lonelywood, then I think we should do that.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
it's something where if we can get something in Lonelywood to be able to travel faster, and like,
maybe even more axe beaks, if
yeah,
that's possible. Just
axe
hook 'em
beaks
up to
and
the
like
sled.
like sleds and stuff, so that we can really,
Yeah,
keep it
all
moving.
axe.
Then yeah. Otherwise, I'm wondering if that might make the decision for us of do we want to go further south and pick up all of that
Right.
sort of stuff so we can keep moving.
Faster, exactly. If we can't get it in Lonelywood, then we might have to go to Brinchander to get a faster mode of travel.
Yeah, like over it'll seem like it's worse, but it's like, well, what are we going to do? Trudge through the snow ourselves? That's better.
Right, exactly.
You guys could always plane shift. I mean, it's an option. Villain
Well,
says,
to
"I got
somewhere
this
she
thing."
hasn't been. How often have you been at the glacier?
She goes, "It's risky, but I mean, we could be there in a moment."
It was risky when we were going to Brinchander. It is not risky when we're going somewhere you haven't fucking seen. Oh, let's go to the ice part of this fucking glacier. Yeah.
Wait, so I'm
Good
not
call.
sure
Wait,
if this is
wait,
Kaylin
wait,
or
wait.
if this is Tom.
Wait. I will say that.
Right?
I
Her
will
infected
say
arm
that.
is starting to get into the brain,
Exactly.
I will say this.
at least the mouth.
Vaylin has been to the Ragged Glacier before, but whether or not she's been to the place where you guys need to be to cast the spell is a different question. So,
Oh, so we can at least start off with no actual knowledge of exactly where we are.
well,
We'll
no,
just be
think
coming
about this.
into some
Hold
ice.
on.
Even
Hold on.
better.
Hold on. I just want to show you what that could mean because I want to make sure that you guys have an awareness. So I'm going to do a shift click over here. And so the Ragged Glacier is, let's freehand this, is basically this, okay? Like that red line I just drew.
Mm-hmm.
And so no matter what, that's several days travel outside of Caer Konig, Lonelywood, anything. Even if you went back and talked to the bear tribe, it's several days travel from them as well. So if she's been there and can transport you somewhere near there, it could save you several days of travel, several days of encounters. But also, as you have seen
Is
with
the
planar
plane
scale,
of water near there? I mean, ice and water, they're pretty close.
I'm just throwing like all I wanted to do when I did this was say, I just want you to be aware. That's all. That's all. And I'll put. Actually, I don't know why I brought you guys back here. I can put you back on the map. Doesn't matter. But
But also, like, if we end up at a part where we're, like, further up north, and then we start traveling up north, and it's like, no, maybe it's down here, and then we're wasting all that time
no, that's true.
to
But I'm
finally
just
be
saying.
able to go.
So let's say you guys wound up here, 12 miles as opposed to 37 miles, right? Or like, that's 10. That's 20. That's still 35. That's still 30, right? So like even if she transported you to the very peak of the ice spire, it's just, again, maybe I just want to roll on that chance to send you guys to an alternate plane. I don't know, but it's a possibility that she can do. So she throws it out there.
By flight, if we were flying, like on a large creature, how long would it take? By hours.
It would probably half the time. But remember that if you're casting polymorph or phantasmal steed, I should say, there is a time contingent that's associated with that, which was why when you guys were chasing the dragon, riding on like the bone steeds was not perfect. Like it would I think it was only catching you up to it. So even if you as a druid polymorphed yourself into something like like a quetzalcoatl or something like that people could jump on and fly on, great, but you're only going to go so far and then you're going to stop and either you got to rest or you got to move on without that spell slot kind of thing. So I'm not knocking it, I'm just walking it through. That's all.
Reminding me of limitations.
So just to bring it back to where you guys are currently around here. I'm on the right thing. So let's do this and let's do this. Around here. On the edge of the sea of moving ice and everything. There are 2 living ice peaks. There is an undead pile of bones, which Velin quickly walks over and reconstitutes, as it were, which could carry 2 people. So that means an ice peak can carry 1. So if you have 2 ice peaks, that's 2. And if the sled could carry 2 people, that's 2. You're still missing a way to travel with 2 people. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, what about Jux? Jux can carry 1. And he's on a flying thing, right?
He is not. You weren't here last week. Jux made a roll to see when he got on Ongjok if his hippogriff would go on as well, and it did not.
What?
What? Oh, you mean
We have a
bird?
levitate, though.
A creature of the sky doesn't want to get on a whale to go under the water? Weird.
No, I'm not surprised about that at all. But if I were Jux, I would have stayed with my fucking hippogriff. Been like, I'll meet you all there.
Well, let me. You know what? First of all, that would have been great. Second of all, Jux was having a pity session last session, and 2 or 3 at this point. Jux still hasn't told me what he has for stuff and things, so that's why I gave him a hippogriff to enter the battle. So everybody, you're welcome.
Wait, what did I get?
You're still alive. You haven't died yet.
Of course I haven't died. I made a character that you can't kill with a goddamn moose.
You know what? Like Tom just sits back. And
The
goes,
AC is not 15 anymore.
Yeah. No, Tom just goes.
This is
Mm,
because of
Ultra-
you.
I just go Ultra Moose. How do I create an Ultra Moose? Okay. So anyway,
It's gonna wipe out half the party.
You guys are all
And
dead.
still not get Zieta.
Yeah, no,
Well,
oh my God!
at
would
that
be the
point, she was a
worst.
concept, but she became a concept real quick in that battle. Bam!
always has-
Fucking one
always has-
shot.
It always has
Alright.
to be a moose. A hooded figure kills Ziata. Removes hood. It has fucking moose horns.
I think,
Antlers.
That's
think
why I
the
know
next
I've been
ti-
safe so far.
The next time
Vulnerable
Kevin, the next
Or
time
Oral
Kevin
doesn't have
says-
horns, so I know no antlers, so I know I'm safe.
The next time Kevin says, "I've got something going, let's do a one-off," I'm gonna be like, "I'm a moose. I'm a moose."
Good, I'll finally get some fucking vengeance. Fool.
Vengeance, yeah, fair enough. So no, he's
What's
got
your
AC of
second
40.
character? Also
He's
dead.
got a +1 to hit, but a +40 to AC. You can't kill him. Just doesn't work.
He's
Anyways,
accidental,
Wisdom
like
save.
damn it.
Fuck!
these accidental like character building things are my absolute favorite thing of D&D that comes up accidentally.
Yeah.
You're just
Ju-
like, oh,
just
alright.
the theory crafting, accidental, what if. Just, well,
All
wait,
my
maybe this.
characters- All my characters are now vulnerable to antlers. Just perfect.
How do I have a vulnerability to antlers? That's crazy. So, all right. So you guys make it back. You're there.
It's a racial trait.
Let's talk this through. How are you guys? I mean, you guys can trudge through the snow. You can to make it back to Lonelywood. Bremen's going to be longer, so Lonelywood's going to be the fastest way.
Well,
or
we
is
do have
anything-
levitate, correct? So we can pull. Oh, we've got rope. I know we have rope, but I
You have rope.
believe we also have levitate. And can one of these axe beaks hold on to a halfling? And maybe I don't know. Maybe harvest. If she's taking an axe beak, she can carry Loki, because I think I'm probably too heavy to share it all.
Well, if I remember correctly, at one point Loki was casting Tensor's disc, and that's how Hrothgar was being dragged around. Because
That's what it was. Tensor's disc.
yeah, and I don't think, because I don't think the axe beaks could support Hrothgar and his armor. So
Right. So he had to be
Yeah.
pulled along. Yeah.
yeah, Ziada, I think you may be in that bulk category right now.
Oh.
But how much can a Tensor's disc hold? Ziada, what is your weight with your armor, and could another person ride on Tensor's disc?
Currently, at the stuff I'm carrying total is 258. And then
Your armor. That's
and that
included.
yeah, because that's a plate armor. So yeah, that's 65.
And how much would you say your character is?
Oh, I don't know.
Don't ask a girl her weight.
Right?
But
But
So-
I don't know how. I don't know. What
Okay, can I give you a range? Is it less than 250?
I'd imagine it's less than 250. Yeah.
All right, then that works. Because Tester's disc can hold up 500 pounds.
Perfect.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so I think as Ziada jumps on to, like, I've always thought Tensor's disc to me thinks is it a 3-foot disc, 4-foot disc? TJ, help me out, because I know you have a spell. What's the diameter of it?
I believe it's 3 feet. 3
Three-
feet in
so-
diameter.
I've always thought about Tensor's disc looking like a contact lens, right? Like it's just a giant contact lens that has, like, it's concave, right? So it's got like a bowl that kind of comes
So
out.
so
to
you
each
see it
edge.
as like as a sled. Like the
yeah,
disc
like
sleds.
yeah. What are they called? What were they called? They were called. There was a word for them at one point. Was it the snowball? No, it wasn't the snowball. I just remembered there was a term in like the 80s and early 90s when you had that, and it was called a something sled. But yes, that is exactly what I think of. And so
I think I know what
as-
you're talking about a little, but
I'm old, I know. shut up.
Well,
but
yeah,
as
not even what I was saying, but sure.
Punch.
Welcome.
Anyways, yeah, you're welcome. Shut
That's
up, Punch.
still
Anyway,
on you.
but as fucking
Flyer?
Anyway,
Saucer?
I mean, Liar like play the flute like. Anyways, as Ziada jumps into this contact lens, who else is jumping onto it with her? Because is it the new guy? Is it Jux? Or
Well,
is
it might
somebody
have
else
to
doing
just
it?
be Loki.
Does it have
just
to be Loki?
I don't know the if it's only 500 and I'm already carrying
250.
Three.
what was it 250. Even if it's like 150, it's
50.
But I need to be on on one of the beaks, because
I'll plop down.
Uh,
Yada.
yeah, I just need to be on one of them because that's the only way we can move. Otherwise, it would just stand still.
And
well,
I mean,
we're gonna have to. Oh, I thought we used rope, but no, it was because
No.
you
It-
moved out of like 20 feet, right?
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
at least 20 feet away at any given time. So as soon as it does, like within that distance, it just follows me automatically, unless there's an obstacle in a way, and then I can be up to like 100 feet away or the spell ends. And then if we were to do any jumps or anything like that, if we were going to go over any chasm that's more than 10 feet,
Right.
it's not going to be able to do that. So, but. Yeah, I'll need to be on an axe beak just to pull that, but I can be on an axe beak with somebody else. I think I'm pretty.
Right, you
pretty
can
light.
be on an axe peak with me,
Right.
Yes.
and then we
What I
don't
find what
worry
I find
about.
really fun what I find really fun about that is TJ, you 100% use the right enunciation of chasm. When I read that word as a kid and didn't know because no one had ever said it, I thought it was chasm, and that's how I always said chasm until someone said, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I was like, "What's wrong with you?" And then I realized I was wrong. So
That wasn't what they were talking about, but
Yeah.
he did at least learn that that's not how you say
you know what?
chasm.
You know what, Kevin? Come to the family cookout. I'm gonna punch
I'm
you right in the
going
butt.
to.
That's what's gonna happen. Right
Weird,
in the butt.
but
Anyways.
I mean,
Anyways,
That's
so
how all the Fawcett's family cookouts end.
right.
it's
I
weird,
mean,
but you're actually wait. As I look back.
well, Tom and I are
No,
usually
you're
the
right.
ones at the end. So how do you know that?
Dun-it. What? So,
Also, can't harvest turn into an axe beak for like 8 hours?
Only
good
I
polymorph.
can, yes, but polymorph only lasts an hour.
Oh, it's not polymorph. Can you do wild shape?
Yeah, wild shape.
Oh yeah, I could. I could
What
be
are
an
you
axe peak for a long fucking time.
Yeah,
shit.
I think like
I could
a
drag your
druid,
asses.
it's like 1 hour per like level or something.
Long fucking time is what it is. Hold on.
All right. So Ziada, are you turning into an axe beak? Are you guiding axe beak? What are you doing? No, I'm sorry, not Ziada. I'm sorry, Harvest. Sorry.
Ziada's
sorry.
like, oh,
I
Harvest,
mean, if
like,
I'm
what-
being
what-
turned
what?
into an axe beak,
I guess
Okay.
I'm
then I
You
guess
can
I'm turning
stay-
into an axe beak. I
you
have
can
wild
stay in
shape.
shape 4 hours or return normal form. Okay, yeah, I can be an axe beak for 4 hours, and I can do that 2 times, so I could essentially be an axe beak for 8 hours.
All right.
Um,
So you guys figured this out. So long story short, you guys figured this out, and some of you are riding. Some of you are, excuse me, literally turning into animals and pulling. And some of you are riding. Some of you are being dragged. Some of you are being tugged along. And as you're being tugged along, we kind of like as we the audience, not the players, we kind of like, peer up for a moment and we see this group and we can see just how far it is they have to go to get to Lonelywood, to get to Bremen, to get back to quote unquote civilization, but they have done yet again the impossible. Not only have they tackled and challenged and fought and battled the things that are beyond the scope of those who live in the walls of the 10 towns, but they've also challenged the Frostmaiden herself. And so we as the audience, if we're watching this as a TV show, sees this party moving, and like the camera kind of focuses on one, focuses on another, bounces back and forth, and it goes back finally and settles on Ziada. And we see Ziada, this warrioress, right? Like this female combatant who has proven herself time and time again. And as the invisible floating disc she's on is kind of like cresting over and like just sort of bouncing through the snow, her eyes kind of fade a little bit as she falls back to sleep, and she starts to focus on a memory that we, as the audience, see. And what we see is a cave. Not dark that we can't see everything, but a cave where there's one or maybe two fires lit, and the fires and the flame create illusions around it. And Ziada, as like a young woman, and I can't, when I say woman, I mean like she's a kid. She's not a woman. She's maybe she's 6, maybe she's 7, and she's got what looks like a sword, or like something that's similar to what she has these days in her hands, and she's like, yeah, 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 and she's firing away, and she's like slashing. And as this is happening, this enormous white and gray figure comes in, almost blocking out some of the light that illuminates our vision of her face. And she stops and she turns back and she looks up, and this figure with this sort of it's a feminine voice. It's guttural. It growls, but it's still female. Says, "You need to work on your forms." And young Ziada, what do you say to that?
That's what I've been trying to do. I need to be ready for the next raid.
She looks. This hulking figure looks down, and she says, and she takes a paw, and this like paw the size of like a huge bear comes down into everyone's visage from the shadows, and she points one finger, and this like elongated claw that's rounded like a bear, but it's still enough that you know that it's got some threat to it. And she points to the areas that you've been striking on the wall, and she says, "Let me draw it for you again." And she sketches out this like stick figure of what looks like a human, and then she makes these hash marks, and she goes, here, here, here. You must learn to always strike where it is most effective. And then she turns and walks away. And so our vision as a party who sees this kind of fades for a moment. And it comes back, and we're in the same cave in those same firelight, and Ziada is a little bit older now. She's aged. Like, she's not where she is right now, but she's gotten a little bit more adult, and she comes back and she's got this big grin on her face. And she comes back in, and she calls out into the cave because she knows that someone's there waiting for her. And she's just completed something. She's just like, it looks for us as the audience, she's done a thing. And what does Ziada call out into the cave?
Oh, great. Now I'm forgetting. I'm wanting to say Ongjok. Hold on one sec.
Angdrak. Who the fuck is Angdrak now?
Oh, jeez.
Go,
Oya,
just go with what you got. That's fine.
yeah, Oya Minartok. She calls out to Oya Minartok, and said, I completed it. I knew that the armor would be effective.
So we, as the audience, see off to like the left, between the two fires, this figure get up, and again, it's this figure that is like just large, hulking, like gray and white, and it comes up, and these hands bigger than Ziada is, because maybe Ziada's like 15 at this point, and she's not fully grown, but she's getting there. But these hands that are bigger than her kind of like just paw her and turn her around and look, and all of a sudden she goes, "What happened here? What happened here? What happened here? Why is this here?" And
Well,
she turns Ziada back.
yeah, there were some spots that I need to improve on, but the main parts that I was blocking, those allowed me to get the hits in that I needed. These are smaller, and I need to fix those, but once I do, I'll be untouchable.
And the paws kind of like stop, like that one elongated, blunted claw that just looks devastating turns to Ziada's face and turns it to like the right side under her chin and turns it up and says, "You need to know that the smallest strikes can cause the worst pains, and that as strong as you are, you must always prevent these from happening." She goes, and like this hulking figure starts to like step away, and you see this like this large figure shadow. We as the audience sees this figure, and it just looks like a mound, and it just says, "Come at me." Ziada, young Ziada, what do you do?
Obviously, this isn't the first time. Let's go.
So
Charge.
Ziada, you charge, you rush at her, and you grab your blade and put it in two hands, and you raise it over your hand, coming down with like what certainly should be some sort of devastating strike, and this figure turns towards you, and your blade sinks into this furry arm, like to the point that you feel contact. You feel it sinks into the bone. You feel the pain that you have just wrought upon your protector. And as you feel this, you feel something else as well. You feel that by the left side of your throat, there are two points of pressure. That as you kind of stop and take a moment and look down, you see that this other enormous paw, this claw that has several of these, but just two, are pushed in against this side of your throat. And
All right, I need to
female
protect
voice
my left
says
side
again-
faster. Better.
The female voice says to you, "If you're gonna live, you need to protect everything. Because if I'm this big and I can do this to you, think about what the smaller, faster things can. And you've got a lot to live for." And with that, we kind of phase back out. And the party is either coming closer to Lonelywood or Bremen, You guys tell me, and we'll figure it out from there.
Do we want to hit Lonelywood? I think that's more. Or did we think we might want to hit Bremen? Maybe that has more of a chance to have some of the stuff we need.
Isn't Lonelywood a little bit more developed than Bremen was?
Lonelywood was like really out in the woods. Tom, tell us about Maine. We're getting to it.
So, all right. So, Lonelywood is Maine.
It's in the corner of the area. It's not really developed.
It's really funny. I had a buddy of mine came up to Maine this past weekend and was like, "Hey man, if we can meet up, let's meet up." And we did on like I think it was Monday night, Monday night, whatever it was. And he just goes, "So how do you like living up here?" And I was like, "There's some really cool shit about living in Maine, but there's some really annoying shit too. Like, you want to get together and do something at 10 o'clock on like a Monday night? Yeah, good luck. No, that's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
That's just
do you want to?
England.
Yeah. Do you want to go have dinner at 9:45 on Monday night or Tuesday night or whatever? Yeah. No. Yeah. No, you can't do that because everybody's
dinner
shut
at your
down.
house. You can hang out at 10 o'clock at night at camp.
That's Manchester.
Exactly,
Manchester
right?
rolls up at 9 p.m. and you're done.
Yeah, it just, dude, it's like I think I was privileged where I lived in Mass and like Mass / like New Hampshire and then worked in Boston and everything. It was like, oh, is it midnight and you got to have a meeting about something? Let's go have a fucking meeting about something. Let's go do that, right? And then I moved to Maine and it's like, let's go to like a Thursday night trivia, and at 8:45 they're like, "Oh my god, I am so sorry, we're still doing this. Sorry, let's get this done." Why? What does anyone here have to do that happens after 8:45? Oh, nothing? Oh, that's right, because you don't. So why are we all freaking out? But it is what it is. It's just locale.
I need to go to bed, Tom. God, Meaners are early risers. Goodness.
And yet they still, you know what? Whatever. I'm a transplant, so I don't know how much I can say. But all I can say is, and that's it.
Keep
So,
your fucking mouth shut.
yeah, keep your fucking mouth shut before
Hey,
somebody goes,
none of-
"Fuck you," and then I fight them. But whatever.
None of this has anything on Texas. Texas is 24. The Metroplex, 24 hours. You don't even notice.
Well, that's just it, man. Like, I mean, like when I lived in and like worked in Boston, like I would come home and like, from about 10:30 to 11, it was like, all right, let's fall asleep. And then at 6 a.m., let's go to work, right? Like, so there's stuff to do and whatnot. But in Maine, it's like 6 p.m. rolls around and it's like, God, why is anyone still out? We should all go in and hide in our holes. Like, is there a monster in this state I don't know about? Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't. Yeah, so,
Probably. I
anyways,
mean, Stephen King's up there.
it's true.
If
I
he
just
isn't
think
just
it's-
writing true stories, then he's definitely summoned a monster at this point.
I just
Yes.
feel like he's just seen the atmosphere and is like, yeah, let's just use this to create bullshit. So okay.
I mean, honestly, if I
Anyway.
were just stuck alone in the middle of Maine too, I'd be writing fucking horror stories as well.
You
And
know
shit,
what?
That's
Did I
what
just
his
not
most
ask-
famous one. No, I
Wait, did
I don't know.
not-
I had to go to the
did I not
bathroom,
just
so I'm
call
still
you?
gonna talk shit about Maine. Sorry, what?
No, I was just. I have to go piss anyways. But I was just. Did not call you today with like the idea to write a story. Exactly.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Are
The,
you
the
not
Maine's
good?
already creeping in. Great. So now Tom's
Yeah.
gonna be coming at me with an axe.
That's why you like Cthulhu so much. It all makes sense
Right.
now.
Right. We thought it was something that was going on forever. It was just calling you to Maine.
Well, Maine in the wintertime, 6 p.m. rolls around. You do want to fucking go inside.
Well, I mean,
That's
yeah.
for sure.
Right.
Oh,
They just
oh,
don't
oh.
realize that, hey, you groundhogs, you can come out. It's not winter anymore.
And honestly, depending on where you are, in the spring or the summer, around about 5 or 6 p.m. is when all the mosquitoes and the black flies start devouring you alive. So people want to go the fuck inside then, too.
I mean, to be honest, I just don't go out during the day because the sun's out at that point and gross. That
Dude,
that thing.
You tan under a 60-watt light bulb.
What was that?
Said, dude, you tan under a 60-watt light bulb.
Right, exactly. That's why all my lights are off. I just have my screens, and that's all I need. I feel like Steve Martin in The Jerk.
And you still have a tan line.
Easy.
Exactly. I've still got my farmer's tan that's got nothing to do with anything related to farming.
My favorite Steve
Oh, I've
Martin.
been farming crystals in Final Fantasy lately.
Farmer's spray tan.
My favorite thing with Steve Martin still is always the singing bush in Three Amigos, and then immediately followed by the Invisible Swordsman, where it's like, find the singing bush, and like the three Amigos ride out, and they find this just like arborvitae in the middle of the desert, being like la 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 la, and they're like, okay, so now we need to read this yodel and fire off the air, and Chevy Chase just fires off directly instead of in the air and shoots the invisible like swordsman, and they're all like, "What the fuck? You shot the!" If nobody knows what this is, watch the Three Amigos, and if you do, you're cool.
Guess we're all cool.
We're all cool here. All right, so, where were you guys going?
I think Lonelywood.
All right, so you guys make it to
think.
Lonelywood. Yep,
Yeah.
you guys make it to Lonelywood.
So
No
here,
rules
how's it
necessary.
going?
We show
And
Harvest the
here's-
bar finally that we've been talking about for
Right.
Oh, is that where the bar
much time.
was?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Zahir is like,
We're gonna get way
"Oh my
distracted.
God, you're back!" And also,
The craziest thing would be is if Tom had Daryl lined up right now. She's like, how did you even know?
if I had known this is where you'd go, I would have worked on it. But what the craziest thing though is that the speaker of the town approaches Loki as he comes back, whether he's in the tavern or maybe he's in the town, whatever, and just gives him like a huge embrace, like not just like a high five or a handshake, but like a hug, like a meaningful hug.
Interesting.
Good for you.
Is it sexual? Do I get the sense that it's sexual?
There's a reach around.
Roll a
Yeah.
perception check. Anyone who's
Perception
not
or insight?
All right, you know what? All right, you know
What does he
insight.
want?
My perception's better.
Are you in? Wait. Are you in? Oh, Jesus Christ! Are you
All right,
inciting?
I am inciting. I want to know if it's sexual. So
No. Are you inciting Loki?
Oh.
Or are you inciting?
no, the dude.
It is definitely not a dude.
Oh, the chick.
And if I remember,
Hey,
her name is Mama. I believe
Sita.
everybody calls her Mama.
Mama lasagna.
Fit me. Where's the
Loki doesn't even know this is happening.
yeah.
No, Loki's aware of this.
He got a halfling one.
It is.
Her name is. Her
Oh,
name
wait.
is Mama.
That's
Her name
that's
is
a regular
Mama
one.
Huddle. Her
Mama
name is
Huddle.
Mama Huddle, and everybody locally calls her Nimsy. And Nimsy comes up to you and just gives you this embrace. And what do you do, Loki?
I think that's a perception check to see whether he's into it.
Well, you know what? If anybody else wants to know, that's fine. That's a perception check. But Loki, I'll answer, and I will answer Harvest's question after that. Loki, what do you do?
To cuddle.
I need to remember this. First of all, isn't this one of the first missions? Is she a halfling as well?
She is a halfling, yes. In fact,
Oh,
when you
love
guys
that.
first came to Lonelywood,
She has the kid, right?
before it
Right,
was
that's
her
who-
nephew. Yep. The little kid was. Hold on.
Mimsy. Scoot. It was Scoot.
It was
Sorry.
Scoot. It was. Yep. No.
So
It's
no,
fine.
I'm sorry because I wasn't here. Ziato wasn't here. I came in after they had like taken care of the moose, and I was just like, well, good thing I'm here now. It's just
That's
like,
right.
well, we just lost
so-
2 members of the party. We're kind of like sad. Well, tough. I'm here.
Yep. So
Uh,
when you guys, yeah, you were a real
So-
jerk, but yeah.
No,
So,
I'm still here. So
I'm still here.
I wasn't
I've
that
been
bad.
here, but,
Would you consider a hug grappling? Because if so, she
Would
takes
you-
a d6 of damage
because of the spikes? Because of the spikes, yeah.
because
Well,
of the
look,
spikes.
You know what?
But I got here, and she
oh my
should
god,
know
is this
about.
X3?
So, no, it's X4. This is the next one. But
Wait, that guy
so-
survived? That's what you're saying?
X survived.
Awesome.
So what I'm saying is that she knows about that, and she still runs up and embraces you like that. And so, what do you do, Loki?
I'm not sure. I think I'm standing there stunned right now.
Yes, sir.
Does she? No, I think she knows that I have all this gold now. I didn't get a hug before.
You see this little red
You don't have any.
No, it's not
That's
because
right. So-
he's now a hero. It's because of the gold. Typical halfling
Because-
thinking.
Yes.
You are
I
bad.
mean, he could be 100% right. To be honest, now that he says that, and I say it out loud, I'm like, haha, wait, shit, wait,
Is that
shit.
real?
I think he's
So,
right.
As you kind of like search your brain for why this could be happening,
Search
and
your feelings.
this other halfling, that's your feeling, is like wrapped up around
the
you,
fuck?
avoiding your spikes, of course.
I think she
Yeah.
has a spell going.
She says,
Yep.
Exactly. We all roll ones for our insight.
Right.
she said,
That's the halfling. That's the real halfling one.
she says, your soul is mine. No, what she says is,
None of your friends can help you.
stop it, Palpatine.
Sorry.
Just stop
Fully
it, Palpatine.
operational.
She says, wow. You and your friends.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Shut up, Harvest. You and your friends. You and your
Trying to
friends.
move on.
Everyone, shut up. You and your friends.
I'm on your side.
You and your friends.
a
Yep.
shrubbery.
This.
You can get around with me tonight.
You shut the fuck up. You and your friends kept this town from falling a dragon, and we owe you more than we can know. I know the last time you were here, the best that I could do for you was to show you
Son.
the town hall.
This is not going anywhere good.
I mean, it might go somewhere good.
Have you seen her?
For,
I'm invested.
I have, but I'm not sure. Hey,
I'm invested.
And I don't know how else to say that the entirety of Lonelywood thanks you for what you've done.
Oh, I know how you could say it.
dude, she's a 9 for a halfling, so
Why is she giving Loki a hug though? Like,
I mean, she
why
can
is
reach him.
Loki, like the hero.
Well, when you guys were last
And he
in
was here.
Lonelywood,
So
when you guys were last in Lonelywood, Loki was the person who dealt with her.
Huh.
well, he was the one who helped her the second most, but the one who helped her the most is dead. So
Jesus Christ. I'm not going to say no, but also he was the one she taught with, which is why this is happening.
Okay, so answer my question: is she into Loki?
well, you get your halfling reroll that. I mean, this is the first time that
Well,
it's
I
come
mean,
up.
I did perceive pretty well.
Well, you saw that, there was a good hug.
Did I see a reach around? Did I see hands going low? Did I see a little flutter, a little palpitation in her chest, a waver
A
in
little
her voice?
palpitation.
A
With a-
palpitation.
All right. So with a 25, here's what you saw. The head of this town was extremely excited that Loki had come back.
Like moist excited or like
Can you hold on for a minute? I mean, I'm going to talk about level of humidity in a moment. So, what you also notice is
It's not called lonely wood for
yeah.
no reason.
Exactly.
it's called humid wood if for another reason. So, anyways, so what you
It's about to be
notice,
driftwood.
what you did notice with your 25, god damn it, harvest. What you did notice was that there was a level of personal satisfaction that came along with this. And now, whether that was because the speaker has some emotional content tied to Loki, could be, or maybe the speaker of a town that is mostly humans, and by humans I mean, people, not halflings, who has had to deal
Halflings
with.
are people too.
Hold on, wait for me.
Eventually, with another one.
Wait for a minute. As the speaker of a town that is mostly populated by humanoids, not halflings. Halflings
are
are humanoids,
humanoids.
I know, but you know what I'm saying. That a hero of halfling stature coming to the town could also be what triggered this emotional response. Maybe it's more, maybe it's not. You're not sure. But what you do know is it's genuine.
Did I see a wedding ring on her?
No, you did not.
Or if halflings don't use wedding rings, some sort of wedding-esque paraphernalia. Marriage, bondage.
She does appear to have a weird
Is
friendship
she into
bracelet
that sort of stuff?
on her left ankle, but you don't know what that is because you're not a halfling.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But yeah, so you guys are.
The way I approach, I'll post it in Discord. I approach like this.
I can't wait to see this later. But yeah, so you guys
Killer.
are.
Happen to be the same size as the kid too.
Wait, was it in general?
Yes, in gen.
And you guys literally have an inn. Like you have an inn to go to.
With that smile too, ish.
Yeah, that's exactly how I approach, and that's what does it.
You know what's so frustrating is I can't pull it up. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it this way. I can't fucking see this bullshit.
Just confused.
That's his charm roll.
Yeah, I'll roll for that too. Let's see. Watch this nat 20 real quick. I'm gonna just roll straight up charisma. Fuck! It rolled at least. Yes! 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 Yes!
So, all right. So,
Get it!
So hold on for just one
Somebody's
moment.
getting lucky.
I just crit
we have
twice.
lodging for the for the place, and so does Loki.
Yeah. Loki has dual lodging. He can lodge something else someplace.
Shut up. Anyways,
Is there like an extremely well-rested bonus in this game, like there are in like Fallout and stuff?
so let's do this. Jesus
It's like a
fucking
cozy for
Christ.
your dick.
All right. So yeah. So what are you attempting to do? And let's figure it out from there.
Really? We're really gonna hash this out right now, Tom?
Would you expect anything else?
Probably
So
like
shut up and
missionary
yes.
doggy.
No,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Are
what's
you
she into?
No, hold on.
I
Whatever
think
it
with
is,
the
I know it
24,
was-
I can figure it out.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna put my hand
Fucking
up there.
24
and-
charisma. She's into whatever you're into.
So here's what we're gonna roll with right now. Are you looking to just bang the fucking leader of this town? Are you
Yes.
looking to wait? Are you looking to find a place for you and your party to rest? Are you
No.
looking for
We will
Dylan,
sleep outside for this.
We
Dylan,
already have a
shut
place
up.
to rest.
Dylan, shut up
Loki's
for a minute.
looking to be
Shut
the
up for a
fucking
minute.
leader of this town.
Are you looking? Are you
At least for a night.
wait? As
Exactly.
as a fucking halfling, I think she has a chance to say, "Ah, that's fun," but no. But so kind
You
of
know what,
time out.
Tom? Fuck you, because don't even act like consent matters to you.
So
in
first of all,
D&D world.
I think you're still upset
True.
about what happened.
That is
you're so
entirely
sure
true.
what happened.
Specifically on a crit.
I mean,
Yeah.
in the past,
Right.
it's fucking-
This is just vengeance.
So wait. I gotta throw this out there that Dolan in a 3.5 game played a druid. Oh my god, she's playing a druid right now, isn't she?
Oh my God.
And I played a wizard who was fucking
Played
insane.
an asshole.
And not like just like fun
Oh
insane.
my God.
He
Look,
was
he's an asshole again.
he was literally crazy.
Okay,
And
I have a feeling there's a common characteristic amongst Tom's characters.
Maybe. And like so there was this whole like battle between like her character and my character, and the DM was like, roll this. And I ended up rolling a 20 and she rolled like, I don't know, suck.
A natty one.
And- yep, it was a 1. And basically our characters were like, oh.
Our characters weren't like anything.
Oh.
You were
Oh.
trying. You were trying to
Woo.
have. You were trying to have intimate relations, you crazy fuck, with my character. My
I
character
think-
was like,
I-
fuck no, I'm not into it. You're a psychopath. Get the fuck away from me. The
So-
DM says, roll for it. I roll a 1, you roll a 20, and guess what? We end up fucking. What kind of bullshit is that?
So I think that what we need to take away from this
that's
is
DM foul
is
and a
is
half.
that yeah, well no, I think that what we need to take away from that is that my character
This
was
is an
just
NPC.
as surprised that our characters had sex as yours was. That's just I mean, like I was like, what? I want to talk to parrots. So
I'm not. I called this 20.
You know what? That too. That fucking too. He fucking
so
Babe
excited.
Ruth this. He fucking
All right,
pointed
all right,
and then
so-
crushed it out.
All right,
I mean, there's a lot
Babe
that
Ruth this, Babe Ruth this to in a narrative format.
Baby
for the rest
Ruth.
of us.
So we get lodging for my teammates and additional perks. All that's listed. I'll let the crew go over it. I think we already listed it plenty of times, but
Do we not have lodging at our tavern? Is that not an
both.
option?
Oh,
All,
yeah.
all is available.
we're definitely just falling asleep at the tables and stuff.
Okay. Like, but there are rooms at this tavern of which we own. That is ours.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
right.
I don't know. That sounded like a question mark.
Yeah, no.
That is a
we
question.
did.
Okay.
We had those. It's like an inn type thing too, I think.
Well, Loki is making the leader of this lonely wood town very unlonely. I definitely want to check out this tavern because I got some ideas and we got some cash, and I like to invest in small business.
My first order of business as new mayor is naming this place Morningwood instead
You're
of
not the
Morningwood.
fucking mayor. You're not the mayor. Oh my god.
He is tonight. That's what
Wait,
his request.
I'm sorry. I just brought you guys to. I think
Yeah,
I just
the
Morning-
tavern.
no. I brought you guys to the fucking.
Well, this
D-
the
D-
bullshit one.
Yeah, this is where.
Yeah. Get us the fuck out of here.
Hold on.
Hurry
I'm
up!
sorry,
Don't make
I
a
thought
fucking
this-
mistake like this again.
Shut up.
Get us angry.
Oh, this is a bullshit fucking bar with bullshit people.
No, the bar was fine. It was
Dark-
the people that sucked.
They contributed.
Nice to see that my
Oh, yeah,
health
we
has
have-
tripled.
Oh no, this isn't the right one either. God damn it! What was the fucking one with the bar? God damn
I thought it was. I thought it was the last one you just showed. Was it not?
No, that was the
No.
one where there was a guy who we totally caught him red-handed,
Oh,
and
the ramshackle.
then we
I got
rolled
this.
bad once. So
The last one I saw was just darkness.
This is it.
well, it
This
sucks
is
that we saw the first two first. I mean, well, I'm just saying
anyway.
that it was a little bit more impressive.
A little bit of a
Then
letdown.
we
Sit here.
came
You
here.
didn't pick up one piece of wood. My God.
I didn't expect you guys.
I didn't think you
It
guys
has
would be
been
back.
months.
When I
It's
come
been
back,
literally it's been months.
I'm gonna be back tomorrow morning, and I expect something. I don't know.
Everything.
I'm leaving.
Everything.
I've got places to.
I seriously hope it does not still look like this.
It doesn't. Hold
me
on.
too.
I gotta find. Shut the
Shit.
fuck up. I gotta find you guys. You guys
Wow,
being real dicks
wow,
right now.
because I'm the one who
Being
brought us here.
real
Sorry.
dicks.
Oops.
Yeah, no. You know what? You know what? Real dicks. I'm gonna bring the Remoraz here. He's gonna love it.
He wants to die again and just get his ass kicked with a new group of people.
One,
This
two,
time I'm
three,
gonna have
four,
Chris
five.
sit out.
As mayor, I'm very disappointed in Zahir.
You are not fucking mayor. I mean, I appreciate what you're saying, but no. Yes, no. So, all right.
Who's the
so
guy in the vest?
That's a
Oh,
here.
this is Zahir. He does not pick up, apparently.
Okay, so this is the person that we've left in charge of our tavern.
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, how much soup did you drink? This
All
has
of it.
infinite amounts of soup, and it's like
How
a third of the way filled.
how have you not been able to feed enough people to make
everybody should be
anything?
back over here. So yeah.
Hrothgar
God.
is also still here, and that just makes me sad. So can we hurry up with that shit?
So sorry and not sorry, but
And
whatever.
I see someone that's just like, "Hey, how's it going?"
That mirror. That's a good-looking mirror.
All right, I wake up in the morning. That booze was good. How are we not making money? Oh, and Codswallop is here too.
Are we not making money? I would like to look at the books.
We better be making money.
Is the old
Oh
map
my God!
covering
How is
the
this
new map?
not happening? Jesus Christ. Anyways, doesn't fucking matter. So, all right. So you're in the hotel. You're doing stuff. You're seeing the ghosts of the past. What else are you doing?
Looking at the books. I'm all up in the finances.
I'm looking into signing some executive orders. Really,
our problem?
really change this place up.
Loki, you need to make sure some satisfaction happens before you are crowned mayor. So you know.
All right. Before
You have to
before we-
earn
I
it.
already, I already,
All right. You're
have
gonna have to
my
roll
money.
another nat
Oh
20,
my
and that
God.
equals.
I actually, I have that in my back pocket.
A
as
con
important.
check.
So, important. I already have a 20. I have a 20 and a 4. So, I'm
Okay,
surprised
well,
that I even got a 20 with this one. So,
Are you gonna use your 20 on the big O?
yeah. Well, how else will I become mayor? That's just
Exactly.
You know.
You need to make sure she's satisfied and she's
So why
willing
don't-
to
why
turn
don't-
over the reins to you.
Before we play the whole like, oh my God, I'm gonna be mayor game.
It's already done. It's already set in stone.
Yeah,
Really?
you
The
guys-
dice
as
have
you
been
guys
rolled.
figure this out. So I'm just gonna take a moment and I'm gonna grab you and I'm gonna bring you back
Collect
up to the
yourself.
map. To here. And
Cool.
so you guys are right here. And you need to make it to the Ragged Glacier. So, what's the plan? You guys tell
Oh.
me.
Oh, yeah, that's
We're
right.
skipping ahead. All right, we're not role playing all this.
No, there's some shit I don't want to roleplay. So yeah, so keep going. How do you guys want to get from Lonely Road to there?
Well, first, can we find out if we were able to get the parchment, the ink, make copies, and I would like another heal kit, a med kit.
Roll me a D100. How many high or low?
For what item?
The
For
med.
all of them.
The
For
med kit.
Okay, I'm gonna say hi.
Roll. Perfect. There is a med kit available. Buy it. Whatever the standard cost is, you can have it.
Okay.
As mayor, I know where the reserves are. So
As mayor, you would definitely have access to parchment and ink.
that's true.
With regards to parchment and ink, I'm going to say that unless you're going to do something crazy, you already have it and you're good to go.
Okay. Um, who's the quickest scriber? Or should we all just scribe our own copy? Maybe that's a good idea. So we could be scribing all at the same time. Take the least amount of time.
I mean, I
To have
would imagine the best scriber is definitely going to be Loki.
Oh yeah, that dexterity, huh?
Well, the wizardness.
Yeah. I am busy tonight, but
Right.
figure it out.
I'm only just because, I don't know who else might need it, but if everyone else is able to take care of their own, then no big deal. Jux is at a -1 intelligence, so I just kind of worry about him.
I also only need 4 hours of meditation. I don't need 8 hours of sleep. So I have an extra 4 hours. It wouldn't take 4 hours to make multiple copies of that little poem.
All right. So you guys have it. You have copies. You have things.
Okay.
What is the plan? Are you going to try to do a little more shopping here? Are you going to just set out?
Checking.
What are you doing?
Check in on the mount situation and
Yep.
sleds. What we
So
can get
if you-
here.
If you want to purchase additional axe beaks, they are 50 gold apiece, as they have been throughout this adventure. And if there's anything else you want to grab before you leave, let me know, and we'll go from there. Just deduct it from
Tiana, you
what you have.
wonderful.
Sleds. What would that be? And how much would we need to pull those?
So axe beaks generally are one-off runners, where they just carry their loads. I don't know how to say that. It's whatever. It's weird. If you want to do sleds, you have to purchase dogs. 2 dogs, which are at a cost of 25 gold apiece, that need food and whatnot, they travel at the same pace as the axe-beak.
One axe beak.
But if you want to move faster, you can buy more dogs. But more dogs require more food, more rest, etc. So, and the sleds themselves are 50 gold apiece, which is why to this point, because of limited funding, you guys have only ever purchased axe beaks.
All right. Not more rest though, right? Like same amount of rest.
Yes. Rest.
No, you're right. I'm sorry.
No,
So-
I just like okay, wait. Is there something I'm missing?
Yeah. So
okay.
So the axe beaks will run for 8 hours, and then have to rest for 8 hours. All dogs have
Go to
the
heaven.
same thing, unless you push them past that, and then there's problems. So-
Right.
But if you have more than 4 dogs, they move faster than axe beaks with the sled. But the sled itself is 50 gold pieces, and the dogs, a pair of dogs, is 50 gold pieces.
It's 150 for 4 dogs and a sled.
Correct.
So
And that, how much faster do they move than an axe beak at 4
6.
dogs and a sled?
So they move at about a quarter faster. So if you can move, 8 miles in a day, they'd move 10 miles in a day.
All right. So we're getting. So here's the question. In that case, do they have 18 dogs and 3 sleds?
Somebody roll me a percentile. and then tell me if you want high or low.
Hi. Wait, is it like the number 6? Fuck.
You'd have to roll two. Wait, you rolled a D100 and a 6?
Yep, that's in
Apparently.
there.
Wow.
Yep.
No, it's
That's
a
one
double
of
zero,
those.
so double zero six. So everything you want is there if you want it. So yes,
All right.
'cause you're not
Uh,
looking for
so that's
magical
600
or otherwise
gold.
things. So
And a
wait,
bunch of
I
food to
will.
feed them.
All right, so I'll say 750. 750, and you can feed them for a week.
It's
Unless you want
150
more.
for 150 gold to feed these guys for a week.
So you got water, you got feed.
These
They're
dogs are on the
good.
raw diet.
They're good for a week, unless there's other things you can feed them to.
I mean, we could feed them to a lot of things, but I don't want to.
No,
That seems very
no,
cruel.
no.
I don't think you
I
should be in charge of selling these dogs.
Feed them to axe beaks.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm just saying, if you have other
I
means
know
of
someone
feeding
who's
these things,
in with the mayor. So
I'm just
In
saying.
more than
I'm
one
just saying.
fight.
Like you for 750, they can run for a week, which is 7 days. But it's up to you to figure out if there's other things that can happen with it. That's it.
We could bring the soup bowl, cauldron, feed them
So-
soup.
it costs. Yeah, that's actually a good point. It costs like over 20 gold to feed these guys every day. What are they eating? I don't. We as a party we don't. I mean, we're not 18 people, but 750. Do we go for that?
Luxury dogs.
Seriously?
I'm all for axe beaks. I like having individual axe beaks. I like not having sleds because at least we can just ride an axe beak. We're not pulling gear. We're just pulling ourselves.
She
And if
says
Provided
in
we
the
can-
form of an axe beak.
And
Yes.
if we need to
exactly.
sled something, we can always pincer disc it.
Yeah. And I mean, just to get an extra 2 miles a day. Mm, mm.
All right. So what do we need? 3 axe
I mean,
beaks
it
in that
or
case.
even one of us. One for each of us. Maybe one of us share. You're gonna definitely need your own axe beak. You're heavy as fuck.
I actually might like need a sled if we're not going like unless we go tensor disc. Crush an axe beak.
Okay. And is Tensor's Disc is that using one of Loki's spell slots? Is that a cantrip?
No,
No,
it's
he's concentrating. No,
it's
he's
a
can't.
ri-
What's the fuck?
ritual.
That wow. I kept going with c words, and that was not even a little one.
Yeah,
No.
I'm doing a ritual. It's
Bless
like
you.
10 minutes to cast,
Bless you.
and it lasts an hour. I don't think I need to concentrate on it.
Oh,
So you would have
Jesus,
to
not
every
even.
10 minutes. So every 10 minutes you'd have to recast. Every hour you'd have to spend 10 minutes to recast it.
Right.
Yeah.
Or he just doesn't, and it's like, you dick. Get back here.
And can an
You're
axe
wasting
beak
time.
can an axe beak pull a sled?
I mean, they can pull a tensors. As far as a
That's-
sled,
That's
it'd be
kind of
slowed
why
down.
we were talking about dogs.
Yeah. Well, then maybe for just for you, you get a couple of dogs and a sled.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
And then once again,
We'll
I
have
think
something. We'll have something to feed to the axe beaks.
yeah, totally.
Well,
And Navakri, what's your weight at? Are you kind of small? Or are you
I'm
are you
smallish.
petite? Okay.
I am sitting at 83.7 pounds.
Okay. Yeah, so we're about the same. And Jux, Does anybody know what kind of size Jux is?
I think
Um,
if you shove Jux in a bag, you'll be good for right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's not carrying a lot, but he also, doesn't have any of the things.
All right. So anybody
So
who
essentially,
has
like
wait, wait.
me and Loki could be on an axe speak. Velen and the Valkyrie could be on an axe speak. So we could definitely be sharing
So
some axe.
remember, you
If
came
we
back
need
to
to, I think
town.
we can just get them.
Okay.
You came back to town and you had 2 axe beaks. You need 3 more, give or take. And axe beaks cost 50 gold apiece. So whoever's going to do that, whoever's going to buy it, deduct it from your gold points.
Yada's buying it because she's
Yep.
been stashing the gold.
Uh, does Valen want an axe beak?
Valen reassembles slash resummons the undead dog sled team that she had, and she's good.
We're from Jamaica. We have a dog sled team. Okay.
1
So
for the
we're-
money, 2 for the gold.
So we'll buy what 3 axe beaks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be an axe speak for everybody.
All right. So everybody has what they need. I need, and so everybody's ready to set out. Or is there anything else that people need to do before you set out?
Do we all
Come
have?
here.
Do we have
Did we
rations
get
and
all of
stuff?
our? I definitely have rations, and I can find. I might be lying about that. Hold on. About finding food for our party. Give me a second.
Druid
Um,
stuff.
and did you get all of your rope back? Because I feel like rope might be important.
I think that so I definitely lost 1. So I would want to replace that. If I imagine rope is something that is available.
In addition, you can find food and fresh water for yourself and up to 5 other people each day, provided the land offers berries, small game, water, and so forth. So that's me. So I think we'd be all right with food because I also have 10 days worth of rations.
All
Okay.
right, cool. Yeah, I have 15 as well. So
And we could definitely hunt for game. And I mean, I can also, before we leave, I can create food and water as a spell
The
in
dick.
my night's sleep or in my morning's meditation.
all right, so we got I think what we needed. I think we're probably resting for the night.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
I
then
think everybody is ready to go except for
Loki,
Make
who's
sure.
still getting dressed.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's good to go. So, just before we break, because it's 11:24 right now, everybody give me a D12 roll. Those who are here, obviously. 1,
Nice.
nice. Oh, all right. All right. So with a 28, without the final roll, nothing tragic happens as you progress forward towards the Ragged Glacier. And so I think as we approach 11:25 right now, then maybe that is a good point. But you guys have made it to Lonelywood. You had a chance to resupply, do some stuff. Maybe some sexual content was there, maybe not. Who knows? You know what? Whatever.
The dice knows,
The-
and it
Oh,
is.
but the dice know.
It
Yes.
is. We all
But
know.
yeah. Nina,
Who
Nina,
knows?
no.
Everyone.
But anyways, good stuff. And so next week, with what we've done, you guys have left and are here,
Oh.
making your way here. And we will see what happens.
So that was a 1 day's travel that we just did.
I mean, if you have to reset something, absolutely. So yeah,
Okay.
kill her now, kill her, get her, get her. No, but anyways, so but yep, no, that's definitely things. So I will chat with everybody next week. All is well, and we'll go from there. All right.
Thank
Later.
you
Cool.
much, Tom.
Sounds great.
Tom was frustrated with that. He did not like you being the mayor, TJ. Really making him mad.
Oh, I thought he was just drinking at the end there. Do you think he was mad?
I mean,
Oh,
I don't know if mad, but it was just like, no, I'm not giving into that. No.
exactly. Definitely short and bounced pretty quickly. So yeah, he did not like you playing mayor. I think we found something that we should definitely exploit. I think literally next game you should like come prepared with like a new agenda for Morningwood. New like town charter or something that's gonna be posted in our tab.
that is great.
Yeah. And then, what's her butt will just be acting mayor in your absence.
It's like, well,
What's
you
your
know,
name again?
I don't You slept with her. God damn it, you should know her fucking name, bro.
Hold on. No, we can't let this slide, so we have to. Where are my notes? I know I have it. Mimsy.
Mimsy.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right, Mimsy.
Yeah.
Mimsy.
Oh yeah, Cuddles. It rhymes with Cuddles. I don't remember. Mimsy was her nickname. And I apparently do not have create food and water. So that is not an option. I can purify food and water, and I can create or destroy.
Druid doesn't have that at all.
Nah, it must be a cleric thing.
That's
Fucking
weird.
clerics.
I know. Fucking assholes. You would think druids would have it.
No, clerics get everything.
So
It says, oh wait, it's only Druid of the Desert that gets create food and water.
Oh, jeez.
A genie
really?
warlock.
Oh, you know why? I can kind of understand because it's like, well, yeah, you can find food everywhere. You don't need to create it as a druid.
Paladins get it.
Well, druids
really?
can't find.
Yeah.
Wait, what
Artificer,
level?
Cleric
What level is
Con,
it?
3.
Oh, well, yeah, well, by that point,
get
I'll
that.
be smiting stuff. So,
Yeah, exactly.
it's like, that's what you do now. Right, but at 3rd level. Keep up. Yeah, I'm still at, not able to. When do I get to move up? When do I get more spells?
Yeah. When
You're
is
a
that?
half caster, so I'm pretty sure next level you'll get nothing. You'll get. It should be in 2 levels, right?
Yeah, if it's
So
half.
level 10?
You're a half caster. I'm a 3rd caster.
Is a bard a half caster too?
No, full. The only other half caster is a ranger.
So why does Mike only have 4 and 3? Does he even have 4?
Because oh no, I was thinking Chris. Why would he have 4 and
No,
3?
he does. He has what? Was he just thinking that all I meant was the 1st and 2nd level? No, and 3rd and 4th. He
Yeah,
has.
all
Then he has
spells.
3 and 2. No,
Right.
I was listing my entire spell slot.
Arsenal. Yeah.
Right. Because then, what Harvest, when you were like, yeah, and then 3rd level, and then 4th level, I'm like, holy shit. She outclasses us all so much. And then it's like,
Yeah.
well, not Novakri.
Right,
She's
exactly.
right there with you. It's like, oh,
Exactly.
well, then, okay. It's like, I thought that paladins were less, but shit, they're the same as bards. Fuck. All right. No, not at all.
I don't even know how you guys are doing it because I feel like it's taken me forever to get enough spells.
Oh, I mean, for me, I'm not worried about the spells. TJ, I don't know how, I just keep trying to figure out any ways to make my AC higher. And it's by letting Chris's characters die. That's been my only upgrade since we started.
Yeah, to Chris's characters.
I'm sad that Hrothgar died, but I'm glad that I'm also his size. So it kind of works out.
Yeah. Just make sure that every character he creates is your size.
Right. Why the fuck do you guys think I was so hell-bent on bringing Fizzgig back? Think I give a shit about him? No. I'm just like, there's something on him that I can use. Obviously.
Exactly. Like, matter of fact, why don't you just create each of Chris's new characters?
Right. You know what I'd really like, Chris,
Right.
is...
Oh. You know what you should play next?
Paladin.
You
You should play a paladin and give all these paladin objects.
Some sword it has.
You should make an artificer and give me a magical weapon. Because I'm still waiting for a fucking magical weapon. If we ever encounter anything that is immune to that, I'm just going to be like, well, I hope I don't get hurt.
Just punch him and smite him.
Right.
Do a punch smite.
That's actually, I'll just sheathe my weapon as an action, stand there, and then the next turn, I punch him and smite him.
Punching smite. Smiting punch.
I do have magic weapon as a spell, just in case, but I don't want to have to use that, so...
Yeah,
you just want
checkmate. Right. I could be smiting you right now. This is some bullshit.
You know what? Honestly, I'm sure that where we're about to go, like we're opening up a fucking glacier that's supposed to be like this hidden trove of a bunch of stuff. I'm sure you're gonna find a magic weapon.
Let's hope so.
As
I'm
mayor,
sure.
I hope you get a magic weapon.
As mayor, I declare that you better.
Change your name on Roll20 instead of
mayor.
Loki Half-Light to mayor of
Mayor Half Height.
Mayor of Morningwood.
That's gonna be my new background.
Yeah.
Did he give the Morningwood one? Well, not Morningwood, but yeah.
This is awesome just because my background already is charlatan and I can take on a false identity. And
there you
now it's just full-fledged, yeah. We're
All
gonna go into that.
right. Are you cool with Scoot? Is the big question.
I wasn't originally. Things have changed. There have been developments.
Now
So,
we can all a
just-
little cooler with things we weren't necessarily cool with before.
Right.
Oh, what's this behind your ear? Oh, is this a PS5? Oh my god.
Now get the
come
fuck
from?
out of here. Don't. Yes, I know the door's gonna be locked. Don't turn the volume up. That's the whole point. We need a bigger house. Not taller, just wider.
Yes.
Yeah,
I-
wishful thinking.
I don't need to go up that many stairs.
It's all about the width. It's all about the width.
Let's see.
I wanted to figure out what was going on with the inn a little bit more, unfortunately. Then I forgot we were on a time constraint. It's like, damn it.
Yeah, but it was literally like that. We had a night we were spending there,
Right.
so I was definitely interested in the because also we have a shit ton of money, right? That I don't
Yes.
actually don't. How much money do we have?
So, after we buy the axe beaks and stuff, we've got
Yeah.
4,900 gold.
Okay. So, I think we don't necessarily need to walk around with all that gold. We can use Lonelywood Tavern as like a place to kind of house our banking. Small business investment. Um, Not necessarily laundering money because it was gathered legitimately, but um, and I was also thinking franchises, like we start popping up taverns elsewhere. And do we have a name for the tavern in Lonelywood?
I don't know if we have a name for it, or if it
Okay.
had one or whatever. I thought we had kind of briefly discussed this, but I don't remember exactly.
So I'm thinking expansion. I'm thinking definitely and Lonelywood's not super super busy, so I do want to find out how much money that tavern is bringing in. Like, is it
What
just holding its own, or is it actually being profitable?
what town
Right.
are you saying? I'm a little. What town was that?
I mean, Morningwood, Morningwood.
Thank you. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I see it on the map here.
I like the repetition.
Right, right. I'll get it ingrained.
That's what Mimsy was yelling.
What? It's not lonely,
and that's why Loki was late.
Yeah. He's like, well, I can't go out like this.
And she's already
Handle.
closing the door, saying, "Nope, you can't."
Yeah. Are you gonna send me out there like this, hon? Yeah. So I definitely did want to get into that, and I'm thinking that we start investing some of that money, and that we don't need to go to I think actually maybe like dropping that bundle of cash, that 4,900 gold, or the majority of it. We could keep a couple hundred on us, but leaving that in the tavern, even for safekeeping. Because what happens if you go down and we can't bring your body back? What happens
Well,
if you
I
get
don't think
turned?
we ever have to worry about that. So,
What happens if you get turned to fucking ice and all of our gold is frozen with you? You know
all
what I
right.
mean?
So to be honest, that is not the argument to try and take with Ziada because she's not gonna die. So, I mean, you don't have to worry about that. Maybe another argument she'd be open to, but that one just not even. It's like, oh well, we don't ever have to worry about that. So,
What happens if your pouch gets splashed and all of our gold goes to the bottom of the ocean?
oh no, it's protected by me. So don't
Oh,
worry,
Jesus.
it won't have to.
All right. I got this. I got this. I got. Shouldn't we invest in the bar more? I mean, look
Absolutely,
what
yes.
Zahir has done. Okay.
I know. It looks like fucking shit.
Yeah, 100%. I'm totally on board.
All right. We should leave this here
Okay.
and get helpers for Zahir that aren't Zahir. You hear that, Zahir? Right in front of him.
What?
I'm wondering if some embezzlement.
It's just like,
situation
hey
happened.
guys, how's it going? They're just like, you're not. God damn it. I'm still not mad at you. I should be, but you're just so fucking lovable. God damn it, Zahir. Go do whatever it is. Cause less fucking trouble over there.
I mean, if Zahir is that lovable, then this place should be popping.
You'd like to
Ye-
think that.
He is. He just doesn't leave here very often or clean up.
Yeah. Okay. So we need some.
And he just
we need
pokes
some-
his head around the corner and he's just like, hey, how's it going?
Ah.
Fuck. There's still fucking rotting wood everywhere. Just left. It's from the ceiling. This guy doesn't do shit.
That'll be the name of the town if we ever break up. just it's just
Rotting
Loki's
wood?
mood.
Just rotting.
Rotting Wood is the new name of the town if we break up.
Yes.
Hey, you better watch out that she isn't vengeful and tries to match you. She's like, I don't even know what that means, but now I'm terrified. I guess I'm mayor forever.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this will
Yep.
at least we like you said we have a way to troll Tom now, and this will avenge both our characters because it happened. It happened to me too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was it? Archon, and the feather lady. What if Tom is
Really?
mad because, yeah? What if that was also a nat 20?
I was going to say, TJ rolled a nat 20 to resist. And Tom rolled a nat 20 to do it. And he's just like, well, but since that's like a +2 and this is a +4. And it's just like, what?
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Well, because he had this like joke that he was continuing where it's like she was obsessed with Archon's butt. And it's just like, okay. And then he had her follow through with it. And it's just like, I mean, I remember that there was a specific thing that Tom was describing where it's like she jumped on him and like, I don't know if grinding was
contested
said.
grapple.
Yeah, but like after the grapple was like, you had quote unquote lost. Where it's like, I mean, yeah, technically, but also it's a player's nat 20.
Yeah.
So, there's
Yeah.
that. But,
Apparently, it's not cool about the non-consensual, somewhat rape in fantasy D&D.
which it's like, that's,
Yeah.
you
Trigger
guys,
Might be pushing some boundaries.
there's definitely things where it's like, hey, I mean,
Yeah.
I've
Not cool.
said, it's like, look, there are things, there's internet, there's things that I'm into, there's things that other people are into, and it's just like, all right, those are the things. You'll never know what my things are. No one will. But
Like half the staff at Google knows, but that's a
Right.
different point.
oh yeah, but they're nobodies. So just real people who live in America. But irrelevant. I go into private mode. That doesn't count.
I can't see it.
I keep telling
I use a
myself that,
VPN.
even though I very much know that's not what it means.
Yep.
But it's like, yeah. I mean, I run literally a game of Pirates on Saturday. And there's there's the cow thing, but like most other than that, it has to be consensual if anything's happening.
Right, but at least you don't have players playing cows, do you?
Minotaur.
Right. And that's where the cow
Right.
thing came in.
But I'm saying, like, even if a cow isn't consenting in your game, it's not a player character
Right.
cow.
Oh, and
That's not
specifically that. Yeah, exactly.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like, all right, like some shit could happen in game. That's fine. But
Right.
you're like, you're raping player character.
Right. It's like, that's where it's like specifically, it's like even like, it's like not really getting into that, but it's just like even getting into it at all and like having like the players involved. It's just like, no.
Yeah.
No, there can be evilness. Just like it's like just I don't know. Tom, come on. Come
Cool.
on, Tom.
So yeah, we'll definitely focus on this.
Right.
Nice. And I think we should just refer to Loki from this point forward, at least as Mr. Mayor, or something
Yeah,
along those
absolutely.
Mayor, Mr. Mayor, Mayor Half Height, all of that works.
Right.
Oh yeah, Mayor Half Height. Yes, I like that one, Mayor Half Height of Morningwood.
I like to go with Mayor Loki, because I'm on a first name basis with him at this point.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's very fair. Been through a lot.
I'm gonna switch it up.
That's cool. Yeah, I like it. Hey, do you want to be a pirate, Jen?
Do I want to be a pirate?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean in your game?
Yeah.
I would love to. I don't know that I have the time for it.
That's-
What days? What day do you guys play?
Saturdays.
Saturday night?
Mm-hmm.
At what time?
9, right?
Yep.
I will see if I can get that into my schedule. And usually about the same length of time, like 9 to 11, 9 to 12.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because otherwise Tom and Brian will be falling asleep.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll see if I can. I'll see how that works in the schedule.
Cool.
Maybe not immediately,
Sweet.
but maybe eventually.
Cool.
Cool beans.
Very cool. In that
Can work
case,
out.
if you want to put a, I have no idea what level you guys are at this point.
At 13, and I think we're soon to be 14. It's been a while. I don't.
Has it?
Eric knows.
Feels like it
Eric-
just happened. Fuck.
Yeah, no, it has been at least 2 to 3 months, I think.
Well,
But we also haven't played all the time.
right.
But Eric definitely knows more than I do because
Uh-oh.
with that, I am like with the level that I'm at, I'm content in that game. Anytime I'm above level 10, I'm like,
Right.
okay,
It's just like, well, I mean, I
know
can
it
do
takes-
stuff.
I know it takes a long time, and
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of things, and I have a lot of abilities, and I'm like, cool. But I always also, looking, I'm like, oh, it has been a while. And I think 14's a bit underwhelming, but I'm looking forward to 15 where I can be mad at the crew 100% of the time. That's my favorite thing about level 15. So,
It's just being angry.
yeah, I'm a barbarian tiefling, storm herald tiefling, and it's just my rage is run by the ridiculousness of my crew. So
Nice. I'm gonna be a sloppy drunk. I like a really sloppy.
I already love this so much. That's such an
yeah.
excellent ad.
that's my
All right, guys.
specialty, having a good liver. Yes.
Yeah.
Go to bed.
All right.
Cool.
Have a good night. Later.
You too.
Later.
Ciao.